See if things want to actually work this morning. You said something? What was that?
The music could go up a bit.
I was messing with it right at the start.
I don't know. Maybe it's fine.
I think you always get presents every year. Gotta make sure we get our WoW present tomorrow at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, these are not supposed to be 12. All right. Jump around, take care of some quick daily crafts, get some things posted, and then move on with my life.
We will not repeat our history. We have been scattered so much. Do you seek knowledge? Thank you for sharing.
This can even give the craft sim numbers for doing something like this, huh? Seems odd. I don't know if that's right, but that's okay.
My wares were made with knowledge.
Oh.
Come see me again. Our flight has much to offer. Go in wisdom.
These days anyway, the TV is lower.
Oh.
It's to be like, right?
We will not repeat our history.
I don't know why people price things so darn low.
Because they're stupid. They like hitting the button.
I guess, but
I've never understood it either. Just sell it at the same price everybody else is selling it at.
so this is showing on average of 12 gold profit per, which is interesting. But if I go to top profit, nope, I don't have other tools. It's just showing vibrant being searched on the auction house. Actually, it is. Those prices. So it says I can do it with 3 tier 2s. Oh yeah. No, that's definitely profit. It's right. And it should actually be more than that, given... Actually surprised it's showing that low. Let's see. Let's just do 240. It's like 500 gold. And not gonna do very many. Just to test it. Small test. 580 plus that. Basically 4,000
Come
gold
see me again.
in total. Woo. Big spender. I don't think it's going to stay profitable for long, so I'll just make a small batch because I can. Whoa. But I don't have the inspiration. Did it not account for that? No, not top skill, top profit. Oh, this is showing... This is showing profit based on what you sell, what the profit would be.
Hmm.
This is showing my average. It's probably only taking into effect like resourcefulness and multi-craft for this sort of profit. If I could inspire T3s, which I'm like, I guess I'm just short. So what's my inspire? 105. Yeah, like 3 short. Which means I either need 3 skill points or that would be more gold. Like, well, I do have some Dragon Shards of Knowledge. I need skill though.
Inspiration?
No.
Or just skill points in general.
Just skill. I do need this for this character. I could go ahead and craft it and then spend 17,000 to get 3 skill and then move on. I think that's what I'm going to do. I need to make this item anyway. Oh, I don't have my spark. Fuck. And I can also just upgrade my robe, but I think that's the expensive one to upgrade. And these ones are at not as much of a loss, but I mean I need a whopping 3 skill points. Oh.
Our flight has much to offer.
Yeah, 35 gold difference. I'll just take T2s. Let's do... I don't know, like 6 of them.
Thank you for sharing.
I have all the time in the Isle. I knew you would like my
I'm spending like 25,000 gold to make like 1,000 gold.
Fun with that.
There we go. Just one of the skill points. Cool. The skill points have been gotten. Now these, now I can inspire proc. Now it's higher profit. Cool. Just before I couldn't inspire proc, so. Need the skill points anyway, so not exactly a waste. I'm gonna have to push on it anyway at some point. It's the problem with a lot of this. It's like you have to just spin, spin, spin to eventually make gold. This is why my gold yo-yos on my account all day, every day. Do something, end up making like 500k, and then below 500k shortly after as I'm I'm pushing another character's profession. kind of surprised that these are profitable right now. I mean, it's not much, but I need the inspiration. Too bad I did need the inspiration, because like multi-craft and spec differently, it might be really worth. Come to think of it, I think I have another character that's better set up for potentially making these.
Why? This is too hard.
My wares were made with knowledge.
What else is viable for profit right now? I'll post one, why not? Is really 1800 gold profit? I'll post one.
We have been scattered so long.
Oh yeah, sure, it certainly is. There we go.
Go in wisdom.
And let's see, let's go try my other tailors. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Y'all are quiet this morning. Only around for just a couple hours, not as long as normally I would be on a Saturday morning stream, because it is Christmas Eve, got things to do with the family and all that sort of stuff, so figured I'd get a couple of quick play hours in before the day really started. You gotta remember, it's like 7 a.m. here for me. What was I doing? No, I was looking at my...
Dumbass.
Yeah, so this character, much higher profit margins. Not insane, but definitely higher. Because this character has like all the multi-craft. Less inspiration. But more multi. Only like 70 points off from crafting it straight up. Which isn't as far as you think. Considering that there's 15 there. There's 15 there. Oh, there's 14 there. There's 14 there. There's 15 there. There's 6 from a tool. That's 36. 4 here. That's 40. 40 and then technically 17 levels. I don't even know if you can get 100 on this. I'm assuming you can. What else can increase that? Either way, this character can make profit doing it too. More profit even. On average, 23 gold profit.
Oh my god, these people are so stupid.
So if I go reach inspiration breakpoint, I can use 3 T2s, is what this shows. Don't need to use T3s. Interesting.
We will not repeat our history.
We will roll a small batch. It's nice. It's almost exactly 10k gold.
Thank you for sharing.
Which luckily is like nothing. But let's see how much we get back. Why? 'Cause it's fun. Hey, apes strong together. I could trade my problems. Yeah, I could trade that in for 2 skill, but I needed 6. And I need to level. I mean, I need to level it anyway, so. I'm making them, but I don't even notice where they're going in my bag. Ah, here's these. Did it do it again to me? Is it not giving me enough on inspiration? No, that should be enough inspiration. I am inspiring them. It's just... There we go.
You are. They're like underneath.
Okay.
Second row.
Yeah, I'm just blind when looking in the bag to figure out where the hell crap is. I see where they're at now. Let's see, how many like multi-crafts and stuff are we hitting? I think I'd hit a little more with 17% multi. I have not hit very many. And that's like 20 to 30 in a row without even hitting. There's one. Anybody else been using the add-on? Find any issues with it? So far, it's been pretty on point. It just obviously can't exactly calculate your luck of like multi-craft, right? Like, especially if you do a small sample size like this, like 200 or something. Like that's such a small sample size that it can fluctuate. You get bad runs and good runs. Or like resourcefulness. You know, what's worth more, saving 1 wilder cloth or saving 1 vibrant shard? Sometimes you can get lucky and you have something where it has like 1 material that's worth something, like a, you know, an earth, an awakened earth. Awakened earth and a bunch of garbage. And if you get lucky and save a whole bunch of awakened earth, you know, obviously you save more gold. not big plans today on here. Just kind of going through my crafters, taking a look at a couple things. I think I have like one more. I leveled another character over the last day or so to 70. So I need to catch it up on profession stuff. Almost done. But yeah, that's honestly about all I got going on. That and that character, I'd like to help a friend and jump into some heroics or something with them as we get ready to do maybe at least at least one Mythic Plus if we're lucky on Monday before reset. One of these days I'll be able to focus on taking the playtime I do have and putting that into like, you know, Mythic Plus and PvP like I'd want to. But Goldmaking is kind of addicting. Alright. So let's see what we got. Bring those all up here. Not exact numbers or anything. Hell, I could have even had a couple of these on me from before. I actually don't know.
Our flight has much to offer.
3,900. And 11,700. There you go.
We have been scattered so long.
What about enchanting? Oh, are you doing any renown from different factions? Well, yes and no. I have a new character that I need to. I need to get, what is it? Iskara and I think Dragon Scale up to, what, 13? I think it's 13. I can't remember. Let's see if it shows here. It's not this character, so it might not show. Doesn't show. I think it's 10. I think it's 10 for this one and like 13 or 14 for a different one, but for recipes for Jewelcrafting. Because you can relatively easy focus on a specific gem and make it straight up at max quality. And I don't really have that set up. My buddy has that set up for like every single gem, and he's making good gold and has been. Soon, other people are going to be doing that too. More people will be on top of it, and the margins will be pushed lower. So I'm trying to get a character ready, or at least a couple characters to push very specific gems up to max quality. Like for like straight up craft, no inspiration. So that's one thing I'm working on that does require some renown. I'm not the kind of person who is going to go through and grind like shit tons of renown. If there's something that's like super, and granted, those people are making good gold. But like, you know, if there's something at like renown 20 or something like that, that's like, oh man, I have to have this. I can't be bothered, man. I just can't be bothered to do that. I would probably do that if I only played like one or two characters. You know, and I had extra time to devote to stuff. But I'm spending so much time bouncing and crafting between bunches of characters that I don't play. That no, if I do that, it's going to be very, very picky and choosy. I think I only have one that's at 10. I have Iskara at 10 on a character. Nothing else. I think my next highest on a character is like 7 or 8. It might be like 9 on Dragon Scale or something. It's not. I have not focused on renown a bit. Should I have? Probably. Where'd the craft? Oh, there we go. I was like, where are those crafting numbers at? I doubt this character can make anything of profit. Ew, the rate of critical. Hey Brian, how are you? This shows a small amount of profit. Why not? We'll make 10 of them. Definitely finding craft sim very useful, but as more people find it and use it, which I mean is why I shared it, it might become less so. This character can't make anything of value. unfortunately. Because I'm pushing, I'm hoping. Yeah, look at the look at that. That's nice. Got to be able to hit that. But this character is supposed to be pushing inspiration to like craft like draconic inspiration and stuff like that at T3. Is the hope. But right now I can't even proc it. I'm short because I need actual inspiration, which I didn't go for first on this character. So I'm kind of 30 behind. Maybe a little bit less. You do have skill and stuff here. But honestly, it'd probably be easier just... This is guaranteed. If I got to here, I'd guarantee to be able to make it. It's not... I could fill up this for another 25, and then it might still take me like this many to get there, based on I probably need the 25% additional skill. So I need to focus on this. I messed up. Like I shouldn't have spec'd this way. You know, yet kind of like the video that I put out, yet another character where I messed up the build, and I didn't realize it until I started getting into it more and going, oh, okay, if I were to go back, I would have done this differently, because I could see that I could have made it by doing this. I am working on Renown, and I don't feel it going past 15 on each, since I have 20 tunes to level to 70. Yeah, I hear you, dude, because I got 16 of them, and I have leveled... All I've done is work on professions and level. None of my characters have gear. I did run a couple mythics, like low mythics, just to get a shot at some gear, and then I ran one mythic on 2 tunes yesterday, just so that I can get something on Tuesday, because I just don't have the time. The rest of my time has been spent on leveling professions, which people seem to be freaking out in my comments about. You know, that not being casual because I have so many characters and crafters. You realize, though, that you can take a character at 60 and just fly over here and start crafting? Did people realize that? Like, you don't have to level every single character or whatever? Needless to say, the rest of my time has been spent leveling, so I have almost everything leveled, too. Can you show the GC build to focus on a single gem? I can. Not on this character, obviously, but I can show that.
You also get a lot of leveling done just by crafting, too, so...
And he said we need meaningful choices, even if we don't quite fully understand the impact of the choices we're making. What are you specifically talking about, KSM? They can come into Dragonflight at 58 level of professions. Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. Is like I have a bunch of crafters just because I already have a bunch of 60s lying around. So after that first character gets maxed, I can just fly him out here and get to work on professions. That's why I have so many damn crafters. Like, I think you can still be relatively casual and do that. Having the gold funds to be able to push them is a little bit different, right? Because it's probably more expensive to get into than anything else. Anyway, what was I looking at? I was looking at this character. I still haven't done any of my world stuff for these points. It's just a matter of, do I want to or can I be arsed to go out and do this shit? Should I?
All army for the win.
Probably should, but like again, it's a time thing. I only have so much time, man. I gotta really pick and choose the characters I want to push. And as much as I want this enchanter to be able to make certain things at max quality, is that worth my time? I don't know. I think I might be behind the ball on that. Let's show you the spec for gymming. My spec is not complete, but I'll show you how to do it, and then you can take that and use it. Again, I got this up and running yesterday, but it's going to be at least until reset, if not a little bit longer. Until, like, Tuesday is what I'm talking about. At least then, if not a little bit longer, until I can do it. I will be able to, though. So, here we are. Oops, that's enchanting. That's the wrong button.
I'm pretty sure that's a weak aura he has for the knowledge points and stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
My knowledge points, that's a weak aura. Absolutely.
Tells you where you can get extra knowledge points or the knowledge points.
Let me see. Can I... Let me find that weak aura. me find the weak aura. I will go into... Can I edit my... I'm going to edit the description. Let's go... What am I going to call it? It's just...
PP weak aura.
I'm just going to call it skill point weak aura. Skill point WA, and I'm going to post it, and I'm going to push save. It should be down in the description below if you would look here in a moment. Hopefully it is. I tried to add it in there because I'm assuming you're not going to be the last one to ask me that today. Anyway, alright, so who wanted to know about the gem spec? Who was that? Cool, you see it? Thanks, Quest. Bilal, was it? Bilal, are you still there? If you are, let me know and I'll show you. If not, I'm going to head out and do my own thing. I'm here to help, don't mind helping, but I ain't going to talk to a wall. Calling Bilal, are you there? I can show you the build. If not, I'm moving on. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm getting after it then. So, it's honestly extremely simple. Extremely simple. And that is, you can get enough skill to push, let's see, I have one. Because I've decided to go Earth, mostly because my buddy's really deep into all of the gems, and this is the only one he can't do. And he's a pretty big-time gold person. No, I don't want a track recipe. I want to favorite it just so it's at the top. It's easier. Okay, so like the good blue gems, most all of them, you know, require Awakened Order or so on. They're pretty expensive. However, like this one right now is actually just flat out a loss. Like this is not a good example of a gem to craft. I'm just using it as an example because it's 325 difficulty, and these are the kind of gems that you will craft. Currently I'm at 169. However, I'm 80 into Jewelcrafting because that's easy to get. Very, very easy to get. I don't even have tools yet because I just got on this, did this last night before I went to bed. So you got, you know, what, 6, 10, you know, for more skills. So I mean, there's an awful lot of skill. You will need all of your tools and stuff. You will need them in order to do this, but it is totally doable and it's worth. So you will need that because that's another like 22 skill that helps push this really, really quickly. Again, this is a non-inspiration build. So in order for new non-inspiration, it's pretty obvious. You just need flat out skill. You can get skill from the base faceting tree, right? Each one of these points is skill. As you go up, additional 5, so on and so forth. This needs to be filled. Whatever specific gem that you pick needs to be filled, right? So both of these need to be filled, and then you need to go into its setting, right? I think it's setting. No, it's this one. I think it's the tool mastery. Yeah, this one. And then you need to go into the jeweler's toolset mastery and have this first set filled basically as well. Once all those are filled, you can do it. But the problem is you're going to need some first craft bonuses and things like that to be able to hit there, which means you need to come up with additional recipes. And if you notice, I can't remember the exact ones. I wish I could. Some of these, like, oh, I think this is one of them, Dragon Scale Expedition. We were talking about this earlier. There's certain recipes that can be gotten through Renown. And some of them are easier to get than others. And you will probably need, whether it's ones off the auction house or ones from Renown, to be able to push and get your skill just high enough to be able to do it. You won't need everything. You will need a lot, but you will not need everything. You know, you don't have to go too insanely hard. My buddy sat down and did it, you know, mostly because he had the Renown already. You know, that he just kind of sat down and did it like overnight and was boom, done. Me, I need to grind out a little bit of Renown. But you'll need something like this. You might not need all of them though. Like maybe between recipes on the auction house um, and other things that you have, you might be able to just get just enough skill. He's technically like 6 or 8 skill over even. Um, but anyway, like you could use Renown 9, and then the other one, I think, the easy one is, I think, yeah, Renown 10. I'm lucky I found it easily. Is like Renown 10 with the Tuskar is the other relatively easy one to get. And those will give you some first craft bonuses. Hey Liv, how you doing? And that's essentially how you do it. And then you can get over 325. Absolutely, because he does it, and he has 3 of the sets of gems that he can make absolutely everything max quality. Now, using Craft Sim, I can go in here and kind of look around and see which ones are worth doing. Here's Deadly Azurite. This one is faceting. This one's fire. So this fire gem, this is a crit strike gem. I don't know if everybody really specs crit strike, but you can see that there's 2,500 profit from crafting this straight up. So think about that. That's something that if you were able to do it, maybe this one's sold slow, but could be potentially 2,500 profit straight up every single craft. Crit verse. Which one of these are really worth? He was telling me that the margins and stuff were drastically changing to where he was starting to not be able to make as much gold. And the problem is because many other people are starting to do this too, and they're driving down margins to where unless you, and this is kind of what I made the video about, guys, like the video that I talked about how crafting wasn't for casuals, which again was my only point. A lot of people grasped onto other things in that video, but regardless, it's a different topic. My entire point was this. Here we are, crafting T3 gems. Maybe you're out there, you're new to gold making, you're casual, and you're like, man, I want to be able to craft some T3 gems and make some gold. The amount of effort that you have to put into to be able to make something like this at tier 3 is pretty substantial. And then the market is driven so low by hardcore players that you get to the point to where you put in all that work to craft this at T3 and you're lucky to make 40 gold per that you sell. If you're crafting straight up T3, you're only going to make 40 gold when they sell if yours can be the one that does sell. It's insane. It's not it's not for everybody, and I can see how it can be very disheartening. Even going through and clicking if these are correct, which they've been fairly correct. But as I'm going through and clicking these, a lot of these actually don't have good profits. 547 per craft, maybe, but man, I can make more gold than that, especially considering how quickly these sell. This one looks decent if they actually sell. I don't know if it does. Like, that one looks good. But the vast majority of these, honestly, I don't even know if this is worth it. I'm feeling the same way that I'm feeling about enchanting. I'm a little bit late to the party on pushing these. look at all these. Like, right now, with current prices, almost none of them have profit. Now, if we take gems, for example, how could we counter this? Probably the number one thing I would say is scoring something like Awakened Order for as cheap as possible. But according to this, Awakened Order, if it's running by like the TSM number of like 2100, 2100 is like the cheapest Awakened Order's been. This should be going up in price, not down. Which means this is probably even slightly more expensive to craft than what it's showing here. Like, if you get to it in a day or two or come Tuesday. But that's the other thing, is Tuesday could drastically change the market as well. But that's kind of how crafting is right now. Most things are not always craftable for profit. Some things you just kind of have to stop by, take a look-see, and be like, oh, wow, there's profit on this right now. Today I'll make it. It's not as much of a set it and forget it, craft it, because you know it, every day. It's nothing like that, or just sit there and craft it all day to make gold. Those situations are a little bit few and far between. But anyway, one more time, it's pretty simple. You need all your tools. You need to be 80 plus. And I mean tools by like you need them blue with all the skill. You need to have a couple additional recipes, probably from Renown, the easy ones to get those first craft bonuses to get the skill. You need to do all your weeklies, your daily, your weekly stuff. You need to get your treasures. You need to talk to your master. You need all of it, right? You need to do absolutely all of it. And then you also need 40, 40, and then Jewelcraft Mastery 30. Then you can do it, so you can make your 40 gold. Hope that helped. Alright, cancel scans might be needed. Might be needed? No, 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 no. Are needed. That's just the general way of it right now. All the gold is on the auction house, which means it's region-wide now, which means you can't sell anything if you're not just going ham and cancel scanning. You just don't sell things right now. Like, it's the whole thing of, like, my fangs or gems or enchants or something. If you are not sitting there all day cancel scanning, you do not get the sells. And even if you did, by the time you do, you probably are losing gold. That's one of the issues with the system, is you can't... the only things that you can kind of just go out and, like... The only things you can really do and just, like, go put it on the auction house and go away and do other stuff is, honestly, gathering. You know, those you can kind of just put your crap up and walk away. You're not really going to drop a stack of T3 enchants or a stack of T3 gems on the auction house and then go and do some mythics and have them sell. It's just not the way it works right now. What add-on is that? What add-on are you speaking of? Are you speaking of... I think I might have it in the description. I put out a video about it yesterday, but you're probably talking about Craft Sim. That's the name of it. Finding it very useful. That's why I posted a video about it yesterday, because it's been exceptionally useful to me. Since I'm on this character, I want to... Let's go... Actually... No, not import. Can you just, like, reset the whole tree? I can. There we go. I'm trying to get something ready to start doing, like, mythics on those. Let me set that up real quick. Anyway, if you guys have any more questions, be sure to let me know. Might not need that. Probably want Zephyr. I don't know if I can play without the additional hover charge either. Eh. Not that helpful. And I like the deep breath stun. I don't care. I like it. And I like that too. Alright, so over here, I'm gonna go this route. Gotta lower the quell cooldown, it's too good. Disintegrate, of course. Essence Burst. Yeah, definitely there. Okay. Save that real quick. Don't even think. No, I think there was one more button. Everything else should be buttons I already have. Nothing else that's new. Alright, cool. Alright. Back to crafting and doing stuff. I know none of you want to see me actually play the game. Anybody having issues with
A flight has
crafting or
much to
profit, or
offer.
just want to get something off your chest? Or have you found something that's working really well? Not that I want to steal it or anything. I made all those armor kits in the video yesterday, just as like a testing the add-on kind of thing. And between that and the ones I made before, I made way too many, and they're taking forever to sell. And they're slowly but sure. I mean, they're still making profit, but they're yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get through all of them. I've sold a good handful of it. I still have like 100 left to sell. It is a lot of work. It's kind of what I was complaining about in the video I did. It's a lot of work. I feel like I have no time for anything else. Guess it's more annoying that if I have anything that's actually of value, because it's profitable, I have to sit on the auction house. Have to. Well, that's a loss. God, I hate it when people post things for prices at a loss. Like, what's the point? Like, what's the point in posting these this slow? Still making good money on combatant gear. I think I sold a pretty good handful yesterday.
Go in wisdom.
Where do they drop the price to get a little gold? They're not even dropping the price to get a little gold. They're dropping the price at a loss. Let's take those. Let's take those for example. I mean, granted, I posted mine too, but like, let's take the leggings, the adamant leggings, right? Where are those at? I guess technically right now, at the current prices, that is profit. Like, this showing me like 1,029 to craft for me, and it's a whopping 25 gold profit, only because of like resourcefulness potentially if I made a bunch of them. But really, crafting 22 gold, you're gonna go through the time to craft equipment that doesn't fly off the shelf for 22 gold. No. Luckily, some of these are still pretty damn good profit. Anyway. But like, that's what people are doing for gems and things like that, and enchants. They're posting things slightly below profit margins to try to, like, I think, let me take a step back. This was an old thing that was done like prior to like 9.2.7. Back in the day of the auction house, if you were a gold goblin and you wanted to deal with somebody who was poaching on your customers, selling a product that you sold that was being a pain in the ass, you would come in here and take these and be like, cool, this cost me 500 gold to make, you know, and you would go like this, and you would undercut it. You would post it slightly below to where you were purposely taking a loss just to be like, yeah, dude, now post. Eventually, they don't want to fight you, and they leave the market. Then when they leave the market, you come back and you start posting at the original price. It's a long form tactic. It's something that doesn't work overnight, but that's what gold goblins, that's what they did. That's what they do. And they'll force you out of the market, and then they'll take it for themselves when it's doing well. And they'll take their small losses, because like even for me, for instance, I'll take small losses. Like, do small losses really add up to me that much? No, not really. But somebody who's, trying to sell things as cheap as possible just to get sells because they don't have a whole lot of gold, yeah, they're going to exit the market. So anyway, it's just a stupid tactic that people have been doing forever. And the problem is it doesn't work the same way on the region-wide. This is region-wide. What ends up happening is if I come in here and do that, 180 other dipshits will just come and post their crap on top of me. They'll just right-click it, they'll add it in, and they'll just hit create auction, and they'll just post it on top of me, exacerbate the problem, and then a market's ruined for a while. It's been that way. I don't think people are approaching the region-wide as if it's still server-based, and they're using some of the same tactics, and it doesn't work the same way. I saw a couple comments. Let me read those. Farming primal storms for one formula. Which formula? With a lariat? Oh yeah. What is the lariat at? Is it lariat? Only 2 mil. Wonder if that's worth buying. Probably not. Just what I want to do is have something that other people want, but then get people bitching and whining when I want like a 25k commission. My buddy has this, and he bought it, and on his server, he plays on a low pop, and he's the only one that can make these. So like the higher end guilds over there know that he has it, and they'll send him like personal orders, but he will not craft it for other people unless they pay up, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Because it's like, man, why are you going to charge me 25k? You push one button. It's my mats, you asshole. Well, when you're spending, this is only 2 million, to be honest. What if you spent 9 million on that recipe? How do you think they're going to get their money back? They're not just buying it so they can do a good deed for everybody else playing the game. It's like, do you know how many of these I'm going to have to sell if I wanted to make back my 2 million? A lot. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time pushing it and doing it to try to make the gold back. Like, I don't know.
Go in wisdom.
Stuff bothers me. I get a kick out of seeing public corners with 1 gold commissions. Yeah, I want to level the profession yourself button. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. That's how people are, like, approaching it. But at the same time, I understand. Let's say I'm trying to push. Oh my god, I need some skill. I'm having a terrible time getting it. I can't get it any other way. I have to make this bow of dragon hunters. I have to, in order to do it. Somebody posts one up for fucking 5 gold commission, and then I go and I click the button, and then I'm sad inside because I know I shouldn't have, but my god, I needed those 3 skill points. And that's a part of the problem, because you almost have to do it. And it's like, you don't want to, but like if you're at that point where you really, really, really need that couple of skill points, you end up pushing the button, and then you get nothing for your work. One of my biggest ones, this is one I guess you can look at, because I don't have the materials in here, because I think I can make this a tier 5. I went early on, I went Jewelcrafting, and I went rings, because I had the idea of, man, if anybody's going to spend their sparks on something, it's probably going to be a weapon, or I saw highly likelihood it's ring, because you can get really high secondary stats. So if you're a class that really, really relies on your secondary stats, you can get a ring right away, you can customize its stats right away, it's going to hold you off for quite some time. Even if you got another really good ring, you can wear 2, so like high likelihood you're going to keep it around for a while. So I pushed rings, and that was my idea. I didn't do that on many characters because I knew the system would be ass. But I was like, well, I don't want to not be able to take advantage of it if it is good. So I will have 1 or 2 characters that are pushing towards making a specific item at Mythic tier. So anyway, so I did that. I did my Jewel Crafter. I did the rings, and I pushed it. I've sold like 2, by the way. And, you know, I get all the way up to make this quality, and then once you do, trying to hump trade chat for a potential sell just to then bicker back and forth about everything. Because most of the, I don't mean this negatively, but like, I'll just say most of the players don't understand the system, and they don't understand, they just don't understand the system, what they need to buy, what they need to add, the optional reagents, how to even put it in the order half the time, and then you have to discuss potential commission or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, the first time I crafted the ring, I was just like, any tip would be fine, like, whatever you thought, you know. And then what does he do? The dude tipped me 100 gold. 100 gold to make him a max tier, a max quality, you know, 3, actually, it was max quality in that week, so it was like week 1, like 389 ring, you know, and it was like, I think it was like 200 gold or whatever, no, 100, it was 100, it was 100 gold tip, and I'm like, really? It's the best damn item you can have in the game right now, and you're tipping me 100 gold? Now, you can think that's maybe an asshole view, but consider, you know, like, let's take the bow, for example, if I was really pushing it. I've bricked my profession pushing to make a singular item. I've spent all the gold, I've spent all the time, I've spent all of that pushing to make this. I now need to try and sell the item and be reimbursed for the work and effort I put in. I didn't put it in for myself. I put it in to be a supplier to others, and then to have somebody come around and do that, like, it just, I don't know. The adage I bring it up, and the thing I think about is, think about if you're trying to build a house, right? You're trying to build a house, and you buy all the supplies. You buy the wood, you buy the steel, you buy absolutely everything. You know everything, every screw, everything that you buy, and you bring it to somebody, and you're like, build this for me. I can't do it. I have no freaking clue how, but build this for me. And then the dude's like, all right, well, that's what we perfected. You know, we build beautiful houses. You bought all the supplies, awesome. You know, that'll be $100,000. And you're like, nah, dude, I already bought all the supplies. I'll give you like $100, okay? You know, like, no, you do not have the skill or the ability or the time or the knowledge to do this. You want me to do it. Yes, you're bringing me the supplies, but you need me. You need me to do this. You're not getting this any other way, unless you went to some other dude building a house. You know, and then just to have the gumption to be like, nah, dude. Nah, dude. I'm already supplying you everything. You, just build it, okay? It doesn't take you hardly any time. It takes you 1/100th of the time it would take me. Just build it. Like, nah, that's not how this works. Yeah, you can go and get the much cheaper builder, but yeah. Anyway, it's the only analogy I can think of. But that's kind of what it makes me think of. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, I'll get off of that topic. Let's see. Trade chat is really not efficient for doing that. No, trade chat is beyond not efficient. When I made the videos prior to the launch of Dragonflight, that's the #1 thing I complained about, was the only thing I saw for the possibility of crafting in terms of mythic quality items. I was like, the only thing that was in the game was trade chat. And that scared me before it ever came out. I was like, no, I am not going to sit in town and yell in trade chat all day when I want to be out playing the game and doing other things. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm sure there's tons of people out there who have made great gold by doing so, and more power to you. You know, I'm not saying you can't make gold being that sort of crafter. Absolutely you can. That style is not for me, and I knew that before it even started, which is why I designed most approaches that I had to attack the auction house rather than set myself up to be, you know, a personal crafting whore. Alright. tell them I take my tips and awakened orders. 3 of those, please, right? I mean, even that, man, that's only like 6K gold. That's like jack shit. Like, I'm sure, KSM, I'm sure you saw the videos that I posted of, like, doing the fangs and stuff back in that first week when I could. That was well over 350K an hour. It was like 350K an hour like a week in when I finally told everybody about it. When I did that earlier in the week when they were selling at 27K per and flying off the shelves, like, I was making 500K plus an hour. Yeah, just what I want to do is sit around and bitch at people and try to get a personal order so I can make 6K. Man, I can make 500K on the auction house. Like, why the hell would I mess around with 6K? It's not worth my time. Now, I'm not saying I make 500K right now. I think anytime I can sit down and find something to make, I don't know, probably at the low end 50K an hour, at the high end 200K an hour right now, doing a few things. If I really want to sit on the auction house, you know, just like I had a comment about, you know, like, man, I got 50, you know, I made 50K herbing just watching this video. It was so long. And I'm like, yeah, dude, keep your 50K. I probably could have made 150K in the same amount of time. I'm not trying to, I'm coming off as an ass. I'm really not trying to. But my point is, yeah, people suck. Alright, but, I mean, it's a tailor and I almost have all the profession equipment, but I can't make the highest rank of them. Oh, feels bad. Like you're pushing the actual profession equipment, making the highest rank, and you're trying to make the blue ones at high rank. Is what you're trying to do. I mean, that's probably a good market. I know people like me need that, but here's the thing: the reason why it's bad is the only way to acquire these items is through public orders, and which means you're gonna have people posting for them and then put like a super small commission, same sort of thing, and yeah, I find that frustrating. Even myself, I think I've lowballed everybody. You tell me, if you make these kind of items, you tell me. Like, I put in an order for them, and I think the least I've given somebody is 2K to make one of these. You know, I usually do somewhere between like 2 and 5K, and I just post it, and it usually gets taken like almost instantly. And I even feel bad when I do that, because I'm like, man, these guys have probably put in a lot of time and effort to make this. I don't think it's necessarily the same sort of commission that you should get for the Lariat or something. But at the same time, it's like, is that enough? But yeah, that's a hard sell for me. Yelling at trade chat could happen back in Classic or TBC, but not today, not anymore. Yeah, I don't even know what the answer is. Like, I'm not a game designer. I'm not a systems designer. You know, I've thought about different things, like could they have some sort of like message board kind of thing, or maybe something that like pops out to the side that you can see like a list of potential crafters on your server somehow, or maybe as a potential crafter on the server, you could have a place like that you could post what you can make, and somebody can kind of scroll through and see what different people are selling, so you don't have to say it in trade chat all the time. I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is, to be honest. How does one make money off of tailoring? That I can show you. There's not a lot of options, though, and I can show you that, too. Wow, these prices are really low. Wow, our tier 3... Are those fangs selling that cheap right now?
Our flight has much to offer.
No, they're not. 7,300? That's not too bad. Oh. Why does it only show 4,300? Should be more profit than that. Sorry, this caught my attention. Actually, these look like they're worth doing right now. It looks like if I wanted to do my fang adornments, they're totally worth doing at the moment. Sorry, that caught my attention. If I want to sit here, like, right now I can sit here and I can make, you know, 150K an hour if I want to, but I don't feel like it. I'll go show you some tailoring, though. Which tailor do I want to get on? Not a lot of good options. Let's go this one. Actually, professional equipment too, but that requires advertising and trade chat. Yeah, advertising, or you could just, you know, be lucky and find a public order. That's about it. Can you get that from the Blizzard API to see who has what professions? I don't know if you can or not. That would be nice.
Do you seek knowledge?
Again, I saw it before it ever even happened. In terms of my videos I put out right before Dragonflight launched about the work orders. And my viewpoint was, and it still is, it's a really cool system. And I see a lot of potential behind it. It's just one of those things that needs more testing, which I think they've gotten. But it's just not quite ready. Not because the system itself of the crafting orders is bad. It's not. It's actually pretty good, in my opinion. It's the other stuff. The promotion of product. How do people know who can make what? It's getting people a justifiable reward for crafting for somebody else. Like, I don't know, forcing a 10% commission or something. I don't know what they can do, but things of that nature to make the system more worthwhile, not just for getting items that you want, but also for gold makers. Because just like the real world, you're supplying a service to somebody, you should be, you know, paid for it. I'm not going to work if I'm not getting paid. I don't know about you guys. If you guys want to work extra, if you guys want to take on extra hours and not get paid for it, that's on you. I am not that kind of person. Like, I'm going to get paid when I work. That's just the way it is, you know, and I feel the same way even on this. Like, man, if I'm supplying something that somebody else can't, I should probably be rewarded for that, you know. Do I feel it would be dumb if they had to add in, like, a locked-in 10% minimum or something commission for the item that gets made based on whatever? I don't know. It's an idea, I guess. Then the professionals need to go be Google Ads to tell the WoW community what they can make, right? Exactly. And
Come see me again.
that's why I don't like the system. It's just too much work, too much hassle. All right, so tailoring. Sorry, off topic. What can you make? Not a lot. You can make, especially if you can make a max tier, like, you can make some profits making the Crimson Combatant. I'm still going to sell this. I'm still going to say these are good. The primary reason why they're good is, unlike a lot of other things where you have to sit and hump the auction house all day, this is an item I can set it, put it up there, go away for a while, check back in an hour or two or later that day or 20 minutes later, however long I want to, cancel scan and repost. And then if anything, if, oh, well, look, 3 of them sold, I go and make them real quick and I come back and repost. That's how I do it. But they're profits. There's profits here, right? The cape, the cloak is a really good one on my server. And then more importantly, like, here's one. This one's at a loss. But a lot of these, and there's small profits. A lot of them are granted. Cloth is a bad example for me on my server because the cloth ones are really bad on my server. It's why I've almost exclusively done like leather and mail because the profits are really good on those. However, there still can be profits here. But more importantly, these are server-specific goods. Your server is different than mine. Take a look. You don't know until you look. The one good thing is, like, if you're NA, our prices are going to be the same in terms of reagents. However, selling your item could be more profitable on your server. So that's the number one thing I would say. And that's small daily gold. And I'm sure you might have seen a video of mine or something at this point. But if I go into cells and just type in combatant, you can see I sell these all the time. I've made 3 million gold now since the start of expansion making combatant gear. I would say probably a little over half of that is profit. My profits are lower now, but they were much, much higher, you know, which kind of makes up for it. At least half of this is profit. They sell, right? And not just that, I haven't been selling cloth, plate, mail, leather. I haven't been selling all of it. I've almost only been selling mail and leather. I have only recently got back into cloth because the profits were there, but they're kind of going away. And I don't even have a blacksmith yet, somehow. Well, at least I do. I just haven't actually pushed it because I feel like I'm too late. But anyway, all of that gold is coming in from basically just leather and mail. So I could have potentially been making more, but anyway. My point is, it sells. People still buy it. I use it all the time. Every character I hit max on, I max out with Crimson Combatant everything. Just a boom, boost them up to 343 and then go do whatever I want. But know that these are server specific. So this could be negative gold for me. This could be worth 3k profit for you. You don't know until you look. I would say you really want to be able to make these at max quality though. What else is available? Well, let's talk about me specifically. I saw today when I logged on that Vibrant Wilder Cloth was a super small profit. And I saw that for me, if I go to, does this want me to switch something out? Oh, it's saying I don't even need a weapon because, I don't know what it's saying there. But anyway, you can see that this is like 2 gold profit, you know, for making these, and 33 gold profit for making those. Super small profits, but, you know, that's profitable at the moment. I grinded this out and got the ability to make the blue silken lining because I wanted something that was similar to the fangs that I made such good gold on. And I was like, cool, I'll get something else. And I made this character, well, I didn't make this character. This character was 60. I leveled it as I was bored, and then decided I wanted to invest into potentially making the blue silken thread at the highest possible quality, because quality 3, let's look it up.
Were made with knowledge.
Quality 3 was 11,000 gold. Wow, that's some good profit. Granted, if you hit T2, ouch. But that's the same thing as the fangs, right? The fangs are the exact same way. Difference is this is much more expensive to make. And you can see by the way that the craft sim shows is it's showing on average every craft I do. If I did a bunch, I'm going to lose 600 gold per craft over time. It's negative 3,300 gold for T2, and it's plus like 7,000 for T3. But I thought because this is 325, I thought there's a shot, which there probably is, and I'm not doing it correctly. There's a shot at being able to make this straight up T3. The skill that it's showing me is basing it off of a T3 Azure Bolt, and I only know that because I've checked. So at T2, I'm only at like 245 or something like that, and it's just not close enough. I only have one more blue item to get for 6 skill. I have about 28 skill here left to get, and then on my tree I've gotten all of the skill that could be, as I'm aware, that can go towards that craft. I think the only way to make that right now is purely through inspiration. Now, for me, it's a loss of gold, but I also am not maxed out at inspiration. Maybe in a couple weeks, if I max out inspiration and I got some resourcefulness, all of a sudden something like this could maybe be profitable if it's still sitting at like these same amounts. I don't know. I don't know until I get there, and that's the hard part. I did all that work with the idea of crafting this T3 just to get the character all the way to that point and then go, huh, shit, this isn't profitable. So, unfortunately, there's a lot of things in the game like that. And it's not like I have anything else I can do on this character. That's what this character's set up for. So, you can't make gold. Luckily, with the skills that I have, I can make all my combatant gear. So, this is the character I use to make the max quality combatant gear for cloth if I need to. Other items that you can make? Not a lot. Not a lot, especially if we're looking at the profit over here. You know, you might sell something like a 346, tailoring accessory or something. Like, you might be able to sell an accessory to somebody. You know, if you see that they're profitable, make one, post it, hopefully it sells. But beyond that, almost everything is not profitable. Granted, something like the Frozen Spell Thread is another one that really high recipe difficulty, which means 100% guaranteed you're going to need an inspiration build to be able to make it. I don't know if an inspiration build does make gold on it. It might. It's only like 8k to craft. You see T2s are selling for like 5, T3s are selling for like 20. Maybe there's a build out there that makes good gold off of this. Maybe. I couldn't tell you for sure because I'm not set up for it. That'd be nice though. And you hit this and you end up eventually getting some resourcefulness. All of these are expensive, basically. Well, maybe not the frost, but that could be good. I'm sure there's somebody setting themselves up to make gold on this in the future. Bags, again, these are server specific as well. Check your bags. These bags are all slightly profitable. Do I really want to make them and push them on the auction house for 81 gold a pop? It's not worth my time, but it might be worth yours. And after that, there's nothing. I would say, I talked in my video about how going like Azure Weave or Chrono Weave, I have multiple characters that can make them. And Inspire proc them at T3. And like last week, that made me really good gold. I got on and I made 20 Azure Weave because I hadn't done it all week. I made 20 Azure Weave, and at the end of the day, it was like 170k profit. You know, procced a few T3, the T2s were all actually selling at profit at that time, a small margin, and all the T3s were big profit. I ended up netting 170k profit. And that made me go, cool, I'll set up a couple more characters to do this. That way, once a week, I can log in and just make some quick profit. So, hopefully that stays that way. I do think that could be relatively safe. I mean, Azure Bolts, these were selling at like 16k, but even at 9k, like again, I was making the tier 3, the tier 2s to where, actually let's look. What is it right now? Yeah, look at that. Tier 2s right now, if they really are like 2800 to craft, this might be using T1 and not like T2 or T3 that might be needed. That changes the formula, obviously. But, for instance, like if this really was this price and T2s are selling at like 34, that would be profit. And then obviously if I was making T2s with a chance to proc T3s, then it's much, much, much more profit. So, that's like the one thing I can point at. This Ripple in Time one I think is cool, but I'm pretty sure this can only be gotten from Vault of the Incarnates. Bronzed. And I can almost make that flat out. It looks like a really good profit. I don't think this is an actual auction house one.
Good profit? Question mark.
Your mom's profit.
I don't know how long we're gonna be around today.
Oh, I know I'm not gonna be around that much longer either. Well, like another 2 hours probably. No, it's at least not on the auction house. Doesn't mean it's not auction houseable, but I think this might be a raid drop. Oh, sorry. Your characters don't have to be 70 to do this with the Azure Wave bolts and stuff, right? No, they don't.
Are you streaming?
I am streaming. I have an engineer alt and went for the parts route. Still working on it. Parts could be good. I have an engineer that's specifically designed to make the zap throttle, because the zap throttles are like 10k profit on my server. That's a small thing, kind of like the chrono cloth. I can log in. I log on that character a couple times a day, cancel scan if I need to. Sometimes I'll see, oh look, it has mail. Go on, grab the gold, make another one, repost it, log off. It's kind of all that character does. Your daddy on Discord, the one who asked about enchanting. Oh, Brock. I'm doing pretty good. For the bronze grip is not BOE. Yeah, I didn't think it was BOE. Yeah, I didn't think that one was BOE. But like, I was like, damn, if it is, I wonder if it could be gotten from normal or, more importantly, raid finder, because fuck raiding. If it can, I want. What boss is it? Does it drop off any boss or just drop in general? That would make worth running raid finder if it dropped in there. Because that looks relatively profitable right now. Very much so. Not a lot of them. Very profitable. Let's see what else we got looking at.
I'm convinced skinning doesn't make any profit at all.
Well, I mean, you're not spending anything, so it's making profit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's way less than mining and herbing.
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I spent an hour skinning and I made like.
Yeah, but are you killing all the things solo, or are you like in a group to where you just stand
Oh,
there and scan?
it's just me. It's not. It's not a
Yeah.
group. I guess if I had a group, it'd probably be good. But like just by myself, it was like 6K an hour. And it was like one of those
There's no
infinite spawn
way.
places.
There's no.
Oh yeah.
You're not skinning at a good spot. There's no way it's only 6K an hour.
I wasn't getting any good drops. It was
I
just
can
like
get
level
6K.
2 whatever leather.
I can get 6K in 10 minutes doing skinning. Like, there's no way.
Where are you skinning where you get
You
that
have
much
to be
stuff?
able to get the rare resources that are actually valuable. If you're not skinning something that can actually give you dense hide or something to that effect, no, you're not going to
Oh,
make
yeah,
good
I was
gold.
doing a dense hide farm and I got 3 pieces of dense hide.
In an hour?
Yeah.
That is a garbage spot.
I don't have any like my whatever set up very very well. Maybe I don't know. Specialization stuff.
Yeah, skinning is definitely more of a hyperspawn type place. It's 2x4s, something to that effect. It'd be really awesome if you had a monk. The basilisk farm might still be pretty good, because then you could be skinning the basilisk. Like if you're on a monk and you just put out your, you put out your trophy thing, your statue, and then everybody else pulls them all, and you just stand there with your statue, and you get to skin, and everybody else kills stuff, and you also get to loot, and get a whole bunch of basilisk eyes. Like, that's a nice combo farm that still works. Not as good as it was, but still a good one. A lunker raid? Yeah, that's the fishing one, right? Yeah, that's the fishing. Am I wrong? Is that the fishing one? That's one he should definitely try, because there's always raids for that, and he could just go out there and fuck around and scan and just stand there. I'll wait for Liv to respond to that. I'm pretty sure the lunker raid is the fish ones that people are doing to try to get the coins so they can work towards the mount. That would be a great one to go join and help out and try to get some.
For the bait, or do I just they just kill something I can skin?
They pull the sharks onto the shore, and I think they're skinnable. Go test that out.
I don't
That's
know.
in
I don't know
Narn
what I was
Plains.
doing wrong, but like
That's
the
in an
mining-
Narn Plains, right? I think that's where I've seen people doing that. I'm not sure. Where is the lunker farm at? What's the best place to skin? Well, the basilisks are good. Lunker, I guess, could be good. I don't go out and farm. I make more gold on the auction. I don't go out and farm. I let other people farm for me. However, I understand if you're looking for a good farm, maybe that's the kind of videos people want to see from me.
Yeah, a lot of people like me. I don't like doing the whole profession shuffle thing. I'd rather
Okay,
just
so apparently the
mindlessly
fishing
mine.
hole from that is in Waking Shore. I can yell at my wife, and she's been doing the lunker farm because she got them out. She could probably tell you exactly where to go. It's between Theldrassus
fishing-
and Waking Shore.
Oh, it's right next to the Ruby Life Pools. Probably there's a fishing frenzy daily quest or weekly.
Oh, where the
large lunker sighting.
probably
Yeah.
this one?
It's right if you click on Waking Shores, it's right where the word Ruby Life Pools is.
Oh yeah. So it's where the dailies are at. All right, that would have helped.
All right, well, let me fly over there and see what's
Type
going
in
on.
lunker. Go into like pre-made groups, custom, find group. Let's see what if I typed lunker, what shows up. Lunker, there you go. Lunker, lunkers, Ruby live pools. Go do that. There's like 20 people in that group.
Requesting? Or custom.
Custom. Anyway, we were looking at gold making on tailoring. As you can see, based on this character and how this character and what this character can make. Where's that from? Renown 21. Screw that.
But they declined me. Nice.
They declined you?
Yeah.
Weird.
Did they just pull it on shore or what?
Lol. KSM. I read that. Yeah, everybody harpoon it. You have to have the harpoon to
I
help,
don't have a harpoon.
which is only like it's a quest gotten from Tuskar, and you have to be like 5 or something on Tuskar, right? Something low. 7. The fishing harpoon.
I don't have that. I wonder if they're just gonna get mad at me then.
Well, if they're over there, you can just get into a group where they're at, and then you can still just stand there and scan. I don't see why not. You can buy auction house. You can buy harpoons from the auction house too. 5K.
Apparently, I have a harpoon.
You do have a harpoon?
Yeah.
I think you think
It
too highly
just
of
popped
yourself.
up when I pulled it in.
So is Scaran harpoon? Yeah, they're up on the auction house for like 1,000 gold. So I guess you could technically just buy one like that too if you needed to. Multiple windows at the same time. That is demodal. I use Blizz Move, which allows me to move things, and then I use Demodal. The combination of the two allows me to do what I want.
No, demodal will let you move stuff too.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm saying Blizz Move allows me to move like the Blizzard frames and stuff like easily, and then Demodal. Yeah.
Just getting adamant scales from these.
What have you scanned like 5? Like, shut up and keep scanning. Expedition. I was just looking for other things that are potentially profitable. I don't know, man. I don't think there's a lot of profits in crafting, and that's... You have to be crafting super high-end, otherwise profits aren't there. Like, tailoring's not at a great spot right now. Let's cancel scan since I'm standing here doing nothing. Do you know any efficient ways to farm elemental rares? No. The reason why I don't know is because I've spent far too much time just working on professions and stuff. I haven't had the ability to go out into the world and like farm anything yet. I mean, I've spent like the super rares. I've done like maybe 30 minutes of that the whole expansion.
Do you seek knowledge?
God. I'm not selling that low.
We
Alright.
have been scattered
Oh wait, I
so
need to
long.
post... I have too much shit in my bags. Where'd the Vibrant go? Oh, there they are.
Go in wisdom.
Alright, next. And if you're referring to the Primal Storm rares, you kind of just go into the area and... Not running keys? No, I ran one key on my enchanter last week, and I ran one yesterday just so I can have gear coming on Tuesday. I haven't had the ability to run keys and stuff. That's what a lot of people haven't understood when they complain about how many professions and crafters I have. I haven't been playing the game other than doing professions. Everybody else is running keys and PvPing, and I'm not.
We will not repeat our history. We have been scattered so long.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running something like that, you can certainly make some gold.
Our flight has much to offer.
I
Thank
think we
you
have
for sharing.
got a lot of people
Oh,
in
Prayers
here.
were
I
made
forgot
with
to
knowledge.
post these. Oh, they were profit, now they're not. RIP.
Come see me again.
Doesn't matter. Moving on. I could sit here and try to make some gold for a minute. I was noticing that the fangs looked doable right now. I will double check unless somebody decides they want to start fighting me on it, then it might not be as doable. Just selling raw mats along with player power growth. Yeah, I mean, we all have to supply
Do
something.
you seek knowledge?
Alright, let's take a look at this. First of all, a little quick research. What are the fangs at? 73? 1900 gold per craft. How did that rise? It's not too bad though, because this doesn't take into account that I make my own scales. And I net profit from scales in the long run, and then take that and put it into fangs. Okay. Let's do a medium-sized batch. Oh, damn it. These have like doubled in price since last time I looked. It's a lot less worthwhile when they rise so much in price. Whatever. I'm gonna do like one set. Even frost are higher than normal. Earths. And then something problem about that shit. We're gonna need some leather. We need around. No.
He uses Blizz move and Demodal.
Yep. Need around 2,000, I think. Got enough of those. God damn it. Aquatic Maw. Let's just get a bunch so I have them. I have enough rock fangs, and I need some Vorquin. There we go.
Thank you for sharing.
Cool. Let's go craft.
Hi, Addon.
Hey, Addon, how are you? Some of you guys might still not know about it, so I will go grab one as long as the prices are good. Everybody know about the incense for increasing inspiration?
The incense that you eat instead of inhale, yeah.
No, you place it on the ground.
Oh, I thought you said you eat them.
No. That's the sagacious. Now, the difference between the sagacious is it's just length of time. They all grant 20 inspiration. However, T1 is 10 minutes, T2 is 20 minutes, this one's, 30 minutes. So, like, if I'm doing a small crafting session, buying one of those, whatever's the cheapest, might be worthwhile. So, yes, if you're doing a long crafting session, having incense is powerful. And you'll also notice via here. God, I'm so blind. Where the hell are my awakened earth? There they are. After I make these, I will drop the incense. You'll notice the profit per craft will go up because I'll have more inspiration. Doing pretty good, Addon. We're just doing a couple-hour morning stream. It is Christmas Eve here. We got stuff going on with the family and everything, but not at 7, 8 a.m. in the morning. So we're gonna do a bit of streaming, and then we will be heading off to family stuff for the next couple days. Alright, as you can see, craft some profit 177. Watch when I drop the incense that I didn't get out of my fucking mailbox, because I'm bad.
Mailboxes are hard.
They are hard. I do this every time.
I do it an absurd amount of time.
Alright, now that I have the incense, let's go back into the scales. 177 profit. I dropped the incense. I'll go from 30% up to about 32%. Boom. And you see this updated in real time to about 207 gold profit. Pretty darn cool. By the way, the incense, you just have to stand near it. If I move, I wonder what the range is. There you go. Out of range, not at the incense, doesn't work. You place it where you're crafting. Anyway, let's craft some.
What you doing, Elo?
You can shatter an element to gain skill. Yep. I would like to do the elemental things when it's at Cobalt. If somebody notices and I don't, yell at me. That's where I want to do it. Because I need Cobalt Assembly rep, and it's a fantastic time to do it when they both line up.
Build without anything about adamant scales.
Those don't give... I mean... Who had talked about the Lunker Farm? Are you able to skin anything other than adamant scales there? I would assume you can.
Someone got a lustrous scale hide, but I mean, like,
I
I'm in
think
a
you
huge
can.
raid group, and we've only seen one lustrous scale hide.
I mean, you might have to be spec'd correctly.
One, you might have to be spec differently to actually get that kind of stuff from aquatic. Like fish and stuff.
You like the obsidian area? I don't like the obsidian area. I hate that one. Brackenhide's great for the Primal Storm. I would agree with that. I really want it at Cobalt, though.
Yeah, right now it just says the one in obsidian. I go over there and mess around though. I want the points to get my mog pieces.
That's true. I don't get rare drops, so it's not even worth me farming. If I luckily get it, great. If not, whatever. Alright. Now
Who's
with
doing the lunker thing?
digital.
Oh,
Alright. These are showing good profit.
are you trying to get them out?
No, he's just trying to scan. He's trying to find a good scanning farm.
So far, it's been nothing.
Nice multi-craft. I'm lagging.
Dude, what's the mount?
An otter.
It's really cute.
I saw him swimming around in there.
You don't actually
Supposed to
get
do
him
to
from
get
there.
him.
No, you have to do the lunker stuff because you have to get a golden coin, which you also get bronze and silver, which you can then convert to gold, but I ended up just getting a gold one.
Why am I lagging so bad? It's annoying. Yeah, what you guys are seeing, the jitteriness, it's actually happening. It's really obnoxious. I don't know what's going on.
Like just crafting?
Yeah, I'm just crafting and it's like, I don't know, too many add-ons. or
It
something.
is really freaking windy outside, so might have some internet problems going on.
I need a little bit of leather. I underestimated procs.
Our flight has much to offer.
But anyway, digital, you get the golden coin, and then you can go turn it in for a sack at the Great Swag.
We have been
And you get
scattered
these
so
glasses. You take those glasses, and then you have to do a lot of fishing to fill up a barrel. You have to fill it up in a specific order with so many fish.
What's the specialization? You went down in leatherworking to make the kind of mats to make good gold. 1 second. Did I stop lagging? No, I haven't. What the hell's going on? My liking in general? No, it's just crafting. Too many add-ons, maybe? Let me do a reload. I too used a lot of weak words and a lot of add-ons, which is kind of annoying.
That's the question, but I'm on the wrong character.
Now, really, like, not a lot of things are making good gold right now. Looks like because of my inspiration and because of all that kind of stuff, I can get about 80 gold per craft on average if I crafted a bunch for Infurious. You know, I guess that would add up over the time. That does not mean if I crafted one, I'd be gaining 80 gold. It's not the way that works. It's taking into account inspiration and multicraft and everything. It would be a larger batch size to start seeing profits like that. Most things you can see are not profitable, to be quite honest. I don't even know why this is showing. I wonder if somebody put some up too cheap. But I craft earthen scales because I can make profit. I sell the T3s. I have a whole video about it if you'd like to see it. If you haven't already, it's my video about how I made a gold cap in 1 week. It is, and it's what I did. Granted, it doesn't make as much gold now, but it made a hell of a lot of gold that week. But I craft my own scales, and then I take the T2s and I use them into crafting fangs, and then I proc T3s that way. So I sell the T3 scales back to the auction house, and I sell the T3 fangs back to the auction house, and that makes me pretty good gold. My spec is janked, and I talk about it in the video. It's not exact. If I were to do it again, no, it's over here. If I were to do it again, I would rush inspiration and max inspiration first. Then, after I got the inspiration, I would then go into primordial and I would rush to get the fangs, right? And the last part of primordial. And then after that, you just have to get your skill high enough to where your skill plus your inspiration would equal a T3 proc. Because that's all you need. And then it's just about getting as much inspiration as you can. And if you can't get inspiration, then resourcefulness would help you after that. And the same concept works for every single profession right now. I got 20 in that run. That's not bad. That's not shitty procs. Unfortunately, it's not set it and forget it. You have to bounce. I have to bounce back and forth like this, and it's really obnoxious. And I look at the number 1435 and 41, and I go back and forth, and I make sure that I am the one who's going to get the sell if one sells. It's not for everybody, but right now the way that the region-wide works, anything that's actually profit, you kind of have to cancel scan like crazy, or do something like this where you know, something that has high value like this, or like enchants, you don't post them all. You post one. You get one to sell like that one just did. Then I post another one. And if somebody posts on top of me, I don't cancel it. I just post another one on top of it. And then once I run out of stuff in my bag, then I cancel scan, take everything down, come back, and sit here. And I do that so that I can force myself to be on top. Because it's last in, first out, meaning the most recent person to post at this price is the one that sells first. And I sit here and I do this.
Finally got some lustrous scale hide.
Those are selling pretty good right now.
7 of them, or no, 11 of them. One of the rares.
Yeah. Leatherworking has made me the majority of my gold. But a lot of that reason is because fangs were stupid insane. See, somebody posted above me. So I just post another one. And I will go back and forth with that guy. Oh, mine sold. I'll post another one. And if he wants to keep posting on top of me, I'll sit here all day. And the thing is, something like this, you can't, I think another one sold. I'll post another one. That sold. Come back here and post 5. I usually do 5 of these and 1 of these. But like if this guy wants to go back and forth with me all day, I'll go back and forth. I don't lose. If he wants to post 1 on top of me and we keep going back and forth, I'll just do it until he quits. That doesn't mean come fight me. Leave me alone. Let me sell my crap, then you can have the market. I'm just doing like 1 set just so I can show everybody that I still do this. It wasn't a 1 video thing or anything. But that's what I'm looking at when I click between these. I'm looking at the number. And I know if I'm the most recent person. Because I just, like somebody posted above me, they posted 5. I post 1, boom, 49. I know that if 1 sells right now, it's mine. Scales are a little bit harder. Those are still 1308. 49, yes, that would still be mine. So as dumb as it is, this is kind of what you have to do to make gold on the auction house if it's actually of value. If it is profitable. I didn't even look how much gold is that. 87,000 for the 12. I made 20. Yeah, auction house PvP doesn't have any stuns, yeah. It should have a stun actually. That would be like if you're posting too much, you just get stunned for 30 seconds. That'd be fun. It'd be fun because it'd be annoying as hell with how much I post. But it would deter this sort of tactic. But the old tactic used to be drive people out of the market. The new tactic is hump the auction house like it's your wife. Meaning you don't really want to. Yeah, meaning you don't really...
nerdy to me, Jesus. You're on stream.
Meaning you don't really want to, but you do it anyway, because this job has to get done.
Dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
Mm-hmm. And then I do this until I'm down to like maybe 20% stock or so. And then if I wanted to keep doing it, I would go and craft some more, and then come back and do it again. And just keep the ball going. Like they just pulled all theirs off so they can post back above me again. So it's like that dropped from like 60 to 40, but I know nobody bought those. That was somebody who either stuff expired or they pulled it off themselves. Same thing with here. These were like 1500. Somebody pulled stuff off. So I just keep a new number in my head. Which again is kind of annoying. But it's what I do. If I want to get my sales. These haven't exactly been flying off the shelves either, so it's not like, yeah, am I making gold right now? Absolutely. 49k coming in.
A little bit more of a fight.
I only spent like, what, maybe 100k? Maybe. I don't even think I spent 100k on everything. The last few times I've been doing this, it's been netting like 50 or so k profit, and I can usually sell them all within like 20 minutes. At the start of the week, like Tuesday nights, this seems to be worth doing for me. You have to catch it in the right time. And you also have to verify that, like, okay, so, like, if somebody wanted to screw me on this market right now, what you would do is you would buy illustrious scales. Because I have to buy these all myself to do my crafting. Unfortunately, they're, like, damn near double price of what they normally are, which I can still make gold off of. It's okay. But if somebody keeps doing this, and it's happened a few times where they buy and they like reset the value at like 400 gold on lustrous scales, that hurts. That means that I can't do this to make gold. And that's happened a couple times. But as long as Awakened Earth is relatively decent price, as long as lustrous scales are a decent price, I can basically sit here and flip gold all day. It's just how much do I want to sit here like this, like I have for the last 10 minutes on the auction house. Not everybody wants to do this. Just like not everybody wants to go out into the world and farm or, you know, do any of that. I usually try to do this only when the gold making is high, but I really feel like profitable crafting is really drying up, so I might need to make a few more million and then focus on the rest of the game. Because there will be a time that world farming will be like some of the top gold that you can make, but the time's not now.
Holy tits, real world flying sucks.
Yeah, it's bad. 45,
The only
right?
thing I don't like about dragon riding is you can't just hover.
Don't be
Yeah.
I disagree. I love it.
One complaint.
But there's some times when like I don't want to have to like stop
Yeah, you want to be lazy.
and get off and like all this other shit. I just want to be able to like hover in the air so I can look at something.
Yeah.
Nope, you gotta do a drive-by. You better take a snapshot with your mind.
Seriously though.
Reading in trade chat. Hey, one sold. This is why I block my trade chat. Like, we need remedial guilds. Special education rating.
Wait, what?
That's what LFR is for. I'll go ahead and cancel now since not being posted over. Wow, I got a bunch of stuff to repost. That's fine. Let's just take a minute to do this real quick. No, that's the other reason why I don't do that sort of farming is you mess up on dragon riding and then you have to wait and then you're just all I can do is see the gold that I'm losing. If I'm not like perfect about it. I know it's like, well then you gotta pick and only kinda get like the rarer stuff. It's like, okay. Well then I gotta drive by at 1,000 miles an hour and notice what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not a dual gatherer, not in this expansion.
There's an add-on or something that you can actually have like nameplates.
Nameplates for
Go in wisdom.
I don't know if you can do it
Ore and stuff?
for ore and stuff though, but I
That'd
really
be-
want to know if it would work.
Jesus, that would be awesome.
If not, somebody needs to make that happen.
Or just like have it color the dots up on the minimap or something. To where like
Yeah.
rare ones are
That'd be dope
purple
too.
or something and they stand
Our
out.
flight has much to offer.
You don't have to read it. I just want to know if it's worth me picking up.
But I know there's one that you can have like nameplates and stuff for fishing.
Sometimes I have a harder time selling the scales because there's too many damn people selling them. For anybody who's wondering. They sell though. It just requires effort. God, a couple of these are way under. A couple of these are way over those, so it's fine. There we go. Got another one. We are selling them.
All right, I gotta go. You guys have a nice Christmas.
You too, man.
I do.
Damn, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to do some heroics or something with me, but it's all good.
I gotta go get a shower and go drive over to my parents' house.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
Oh yeah, can't wait. See you guys later.
See you, dude. Have a good Christmas.
Bye.
See.
See another 30k, another 20k, plus what I have on the auction house. Yeah, this should be somewhere around 50k profit once it all sells. Maybe a little more. Like I just had, you can't see it because it's blocked, but I just had one of the other pieces of gear just sell at like 5.5k. It's like basically like 4.5k profit on that item. There's a Crimson Combatant piece just sold for 8.8k. That's like, you know, at least 7.5k profit right there. They still sell. Some are worse than others. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I need to post. I need to post here too. What is everybody maining this expansion? I'm having a hard time figuring out what the hell I want to main, but then again, I haven't done anything other than gold making hardly. That and leveling. I've leveled when I'm bored and tired of gold making. I'll just level to level. It doesn't take that long. It only takes like 4 hours of like questing to hit 70, so it's not exactly insanely time consuming. People also keep in mind that like I took the first 4 days off when the expansion launched, and I played like probably 18 hours a day. I played a lot over that into that first weekend. And then I've played a lot less since. So I got a lot done at that point in time. I mean, I don't really main anything either, I guess, technically. I mean, I'd say my warrior is my main. It's the only one that I've, like, done, like, Mythic Plus on. Like, I did it on my mage. I'm really bad at mage. But my warrior, I've done a 5. We did a 5 yesterday. Woo! So good at the game. But I don't have any gear, so I'll take what I can get. My buddy has a really good thought process on it, and that's that Season 1 will be the whole season, right? But gold making is not the whole season. Gold making comes and goes. The gold making is only good for so long. So why do I need to push gear? You know, push... God, why are these so low? That's a loss of money. I shouldn't even post at that price. Or that price. But anyway. Why push early when I can push gold early and then have the whole rest of the season to focus on playing the damn game? It's gonna, the content will be there. The content's not going anywhere. God, I still have 13 of these to sell? Kind of sucks. I thought I had less. That's a good thing, though. That means I've only sold like 7, and I'm still at this much gold. And that's 87k, that's 24k. Oh, yeah. We probably made closer to 100k profit, actually. I'm trying to pick what I want to main or focus on. I played, or I leveled yesterday. I leveled my Evoker finally. And after I got more time with it, I actually kind of started liking it. Kind of started feeling good. Maybe it's because of the buffs, whatever. But it kind of felt okay. It's super, super easy to play. I'm interested in how it'll feel in like Mythic Plus. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that strong, but I don't care. It's about enjoying playing the class, so I'm interested to see how I like it in like a Mythic Plus format. Alright, all of a sudden there's a bunch of people posting these right now. That's fun. The person's insta-posting above me. Is it one of you people? Stop it. Stop it. Go away. Alright. Got multiple people who are doing the same thing I am. That sucks. And now they're pulling all theirs off, and they're going to do it again. They have about 15 like I do. But they've had the ability to cancel, and I haven't. I'll have to post over them a couple times, and then I'll quickly cancel. Just going to post those. Post that one. I'm going to have to cancel.
I got a loadout or a add-on for you.
What is that?
It's called Talent Loadout Reminder.
Oh, yeah.
So when you enter dungeons and shit, it'll tell you whether you're spec'd right.
You mean I'm not supposed to go in there with my PvP talents? And yeah, that happened yesterday. That was fun.
My wares were made with knowledge.
Unfortunately, this playstyle of doing this is kind of how the whole damn market is. If it has value, you're doing this constantly to be able to get things to sell. Otherwise, they don't sell, and then you don't make gold. Pretty sure mine's on top. Nope, it's not. Not anymore. Amazing auction house gameplay. This might have been a bad day to do this. They are not selling as fast as they normally do. It's taking me a lot longer to make this gold than what it normally does. I'd usually definitely be done with all these by now. I've already been doing this for like 20 minutes. And I still have like half of them to sell too. Yuck. Guess people have like families and stuff on Christmas Eve. It's weird. Hey, I got one to sell. Maybe. That might have been my crappy fangs, actually.
We have been
No, I actually did. Had this on in the background whilst farming some cloth. Very chill vibes. I like it. Thank you, sir. I don't know how me bitching and complaining half the time is chill to you, but, you know, whatever gets you off, I guess. No, but for real, thanks. Ugh. I only got one of those sold in that last run. Luckily, I keep sniping at the exact moment I need to score a sell. I think I got another one. Oh, he canceled. 16. 17. Boom. $45 randomly. 46. $48. 49. He's gonna post. I'm gonna have to cancel. Even if I have to ditch this for now, we've already actually made all of our gold back. Everything else that sells is profit. It only cost me like 90k, I think, to make everything.
come see me.
And we have 125k coming in, so. A couple of those pieces were gear though, so we probably only have like, I don't know, let's say 100.
Our flight has much to offer.
All I know is we're at profit already. Oh, yeah, that's why this one was posted there. Just let me sell my crap, buddy, and then I'll leave your market alone. More combatant gear selling. Kind of sucks there's multiple people doing this.
Thank you for sharing.
I've only sold
My
half.
wares were made with knowledge.
Oh, he saw me pull mine, so he pulled his. Smart. Wherever you are, stop it. I don't want to, and I might have to come back to these later. Do I really want to sit here this long? I've already been here for 30 minutes trying to sell these. That's a lot.
Do you seek knowledge?
He's pulling us down. It's one sell. Come on. PvP on the auction house can be kind of frustrating.
We will not repeat our history.
Actually, I think I had one saw. I did. Woo. One less. But now he has all of his crap back. Don't remember if I was last. Yes. Got one. With less supply, though, now, it's going to be a little bit harder to keep up with the amount of undercutting that's happening. If I can just get a couple more to sell, I'll probably bag it for now.
Come see me again.
We're already at about 50k profit of sales, so... Plus all of this to sell, too.
Our flight has much to offer.
Just me, or has this week been kind of hard to make money? No, it has. That's a little bit between that and then some of the other comments on other videos that I've had. That's what prompted the video of me, you know, kind of just talking about how crafting professions for profit isn't casual friendly. That's kind of what prompted the video. Is because, yeah, I'm noticing it's getting harder, even for somebody who, like, basically mains making gold. I've noticed it getting harder, and I see it going very downhill very quick. Especially if you're talking about crafting professions. I see it being very hard to make gold. Unless you're exceptionally devoted and spec'd perfectly and all of it. Like, yeah, I think it's going to be very hard to make gold. Which is kind of why I need to make my gold while I can. That way when it gets, you know, too nasty out there in the gold making world, I can focus on other stuff. You know, there will always be farming, there will always be things like that. Like that stuff I like to save further into the expansion or further into a particular season. I want to make my gold because I can make big gold, right? I want to make my big gold on the auction house initially, and then after that I go into like more of like a maintenance kind of mode, to where I will craft the things that are maybe short-term crafts that are worthwhile. Like right now, I would put like Azure Weave and stuff like that in that category. The other one that I would probably put in that category would be like, not every server, but like the Zap Throttle for engineers makes some pretty good profit for most people. It's about like, I don't know, maybe 6K to craft, and then like right here on my server it sells between like 12 and like 25K depending. That's something I just make every day to make small profit. My combatant gear I'm keeping up, as long as it's profitable, I will put it up every day for the rest of the expansion.
My wares were made
I'll go
with
into a
knowledge.
mode where I essentially do that, and I find the things that are worthwhile to just keep in stock, and I'll stock those, and my overall gold income per day will not be as high, but, you know, I'll still make profits and move about the game. But I'm not in like a maintenance mode yet. I'm a bit disheartened that it feels like it's going so fast towards that, though. I'm like, man, I'm already so far behind on the enchanter game, on the gem cutting game. Like, we looked at that earlier today with everybody about how many of those gems are even like that even have value at T3. Flat out, straight up T3, the cost to create it versus T3, not even doing inspiration or something. And there's just hardly any profits there. You know, so unless you have the ability to flat out make it T3, you ain't getting nothing. And even if you are, you're getting pennies compared to the investment that you'd put into it. You know, and enchantments are kind of that way at times. Sophic is one that's I'm noticing that's people are posting it under the cost of like what it takes to make the damn thing. But many professions are that way, and I don't think it's going to get better. We're getting to a point where you're going to have to, if you specialize in something, like let's say me with Fang Adornments or something, if you're able to specialize in something, you are flat out going to just have to catch it at the right time when it's valuable. Like, straight up. If you look and you're like, crap, there's value here, you better jump on it. Because it's going to be gone really quickly because it's region-wide, right? So a lot of people are doing it. It gets gobbled up fast, and then it's back to zero profit. So that's kind of the direction I'm thinking it's heading. That's why the craft sim and stuff like that's really helpful, because I can track things a little bit and just kind of take a poke-see of looking at what I could potentially craft, and I might go, whoa, look, looks like there might be profit here. You know, and then do some more research myself and decide if it's worth taking the time and effort to craft. It's a lot like back prior to 9.2.7, I had kind of a set list of crap that I posted every single day. I posted it all the time. And that's not really the case right now. I can't just log on and be like, oh, I gotta do this every day or craft this. I look around at like everything I have available to be crafted. And if one sticks out as like really good gold, I pretty much focus on it. And otherwise, I mean, that's all I can really do right now. I think that's all that really most of us can do. Yeah. Yeah, Yachty. We discussed, I don't know if you were here, you might have been. We were discussing it earlier, and we were talking about an old tactic that Goldmakers used to use, like, prior to 9.2.7, of, like, back when it was server-specific, you could force people out of your market by basically posting things at price, and doing it purposely, and taking a small loss for a week, maybe more, on purpose. Because you wanted the person to know that, like, this is not a valuable adventure for you. That person would then stop posting, and then you could then yourself, if you were a goblin, raise the prices back to where they should be and make profits again. And I feel like people are trying to do that on the region-wide, and it's not as successful. Because you have a bunch of people who just come in here and right-click and post. They, boom, right-click, post. They don't even look. And they exacerbate the issue. And then you have other people who have a little bit of PTSD from when 9.2.7 hit and what the market did, and they see a price lowering, and they think, holy crap, I need to unload. I need to get it all up there so I don't lose as much. I need to post it all now. And they do so, which causes an issue. When in reality, I mean, I'm guilty of it myself. Some of the combatant gear isn't posting at value, like you're losing gold on it. What I should be doing is not being a dick, and I should just not post it and wait until it is worthwhile and then post it. That's what I should do, and that's what everybody should do. And that goes for any craft. Like, if you made some of those enchants, you know, and it's not at value, you know, you probably shouldn't post it. You should probably have an understanding of how much gold you've put into it, right? Like, if the market is actually legitimate crashing, obviously you should probably get what you can. But for most things, that's not the case, because some things have, like, a minimum value that they're always going to have, right? Yeah, like, for instance, if you noted resonating crystals were absolutely plummeting for whatever reason, then yeah, you might want to sell off at that point. But in general, far too many people just post to get rid of it, I guess. And I really feel like it's a region-wide issue. Like, region-wide auction house issue. Well, we eventually sold... Oh, crap, I still have a little more. I sold most things that we made this morning. It took like 40 minutes, which sucks. I usually sell it all within like 5 to 15 at like absolute max, but between people fighting me and Saturday morning on Christmas Eve, like, this was not a good time to craft. But I understand that if I turn on the stream, people probably want to see or talk about gold making in some way, shape, or form. But now is not a good time to be crafting for profit. Mostly because there's not as many people on buying. Well, I can see why these aren't selling as quick. But good news is I spent about... I know I have things coming in on the market that aren't what we did. Let's see, there's like 2.8, maybe a couple K there, 13, let's say 20. I have about 20K coming in that are not what we created, but I only spent like 90K. Yeah, I'm at like a rough estimate of like 70K profit. And I still have a good amount of scales and a couple things left. I mean, that's another 15. Yeah, I still have like maybe 30K more. So at the end of it, we're probably gonna kind of how it has been. I'm gonna almost probably double my money, if not more. I'm gonna put in like 90K and I'm gonna get out like 200 or something like that. I'm gonna read what you said. I saw it pop up to the side, but I was focusing on my screen. So 1 second. Okay, I've noticed with my friend who are starting out that they clear their inventory, which I feel like affects the market, since it would seem like more of a newbie issue with price drops also. Maybe if you're talking about in general, like, I don't know, here's my shit down here, and if I just went through and just posted it all. Some people, that's their only income, right? So they don't care, they just dump it because that's the income they're going to have. It's more of an issue. I'm talking about people who are actually crafting items, going out of their way to make reinforced armor kits, and then they just throw them up there. I'm talking about issues like that. The other part of that is just how the crafting system works, right? You have to do first craft bonuses. You have to do that to push skill. What do you do with the stuff that you make that maybe you don't necessarily want or don't necessarily need? You just post it and get whatever you can for it, right? I think everybody does that. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem specifically when you're talking about like items that take a T3 item that maybe barely sells for profit, but the T1s and T2s are all like minus 3, 4, 5k, like in massive negative numbers. The reason that happens is because people are having to craft items out of necessity, and then there's nowhere for them to go. They're crafting them because they have to, so they just throw them up and they give no craps what they get back because they're just assuming it's a massive loss. That tends to be an issue. Oh, sick. I think I sold... Did I sell that last fang? Yes. I sold... No, I didn't. I was not a fang. Either way, not worried about it. I'm just going to slow boat post this stuff here and then walk away from this for, like, meaning go do something else. I'm just going to get this last little bit posted, get a couple cells, and then move on. I don't know why. The thing that popped into my mind is kind of, even as hard as it was for me this morning to make profits doing this, I've been doing it for a while. Let's take a look. I've been doing it because I made cells, right? So for my first cell, it's been 50 minutes. I've been doing this for 50 minutes. Ouch. I've been doing it for 50 minutes, and I'm at 201k coming in. I still have more that could potentially sell to come in from what we crafted. And in that 200k, I spent like 80 or 90k. I don't remember how much. It wasn't that much. It was maybe 80 or 90k. We're bringing in like 200 minus about 30. You know, I'm having 70, 80k profit plus what's coming in, plus more to sell. We're gonna end up with like 100k plus profit from what we had crafted, and that took me basically 50 minutes, so a little bit less than an hour. So you're talking, even when this was going bad, even when it was going bad, I was making over 100k an hour. You know, is it mind melting? Yeah, it is. It's not everybody can just sit at the auction house, but like for me, it's like, would I rather go out and do some awesome farm for 50, 60k an hour? Or would I rather sit on the auction house and even at my worst times make 100k in an hour? Right? I don't know, man. I would rather do this. It's more valuable. It's more worth my time. And the worst part is these are like some of the worst gold per hours I've made. At least for doing this specifically. Did I win? I don't know about I won. I still have a bit to sell. I mean, there's 20, that's almost 30k, maybe 30k right there, and then another 15. I still have like 45k worth of stuff we created to sell. Once that all sells, we are well over 100k profit for what we crafted. I'm going to post it one more time, see if I can't sneak another sell. And then after that, I'll come back to it, and it'll sell when it sells. I've made my profit. I'm okay. This is the situation, like, when I got down to this. Like, we made, like, 20, and we made, like, 55 of these or something. This would be the point that I would then gather... more materials for what I need, and I would do another batch and bring it and add it onto this and keep sitting at the auction house. If it was going well. But it's not going well right now. Because, again, I usually sell out in, 5 to 20 minutes maximum. And that's not the case today. So, like, me... I'm good. I don't need to work this hard for our, a little over 100k an hour. I don't need to work this hard right now. I'd rather go do something else. But when it does sell that quick, when it is all selling in like 20 minutes, yeah, then I'm like, oh, cool. We can really push some profits. And that's the other thing. Sometimes you'll notice that like you might be the only one trying to push something on the auction house. That's usually your sign that you should probably sit there until somebody forces you not to. Which has, like this happened for me on Tuesday when I was selling these on Tuesday. I made a little bit of gold. I had zero competition. Nobody was posting at that time. So if it was sold to me. Or like, I sold it is what I meant. Yeah, this guy's still here doing those, so we're probably not gonna get those sold. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just post these for the next person that undercuts me. And then there we go. Post those, call it good. But in general, yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm still making gold. This week hasn't been too good for me, though. I've, probably... I'm probably still positive. I've spent a lot of gold this week, though. I've made gold, but, like, I've been spending it as fast as I've been getting it this week again. So, I mean, that's what it's there for, right? I'm not going to be that positive in gold this week, I don't think. Like, I think I'm only positive...
We will not repeat
maybe
our history.
700k this week. Maybe 1 million this week. Maybe, if I'm lucky. It's kind of like not last week, but the week before, where I spent a ton. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I don't even know if I want to bring these down. That one's probably worth bringing down. These other ones are too close to crafting cost. They can just sit there at that price for now. Pull those down.
Come see me again.
What do we got? We got cloak, treads, and tunic. That all need to be recrafted. This is the kind of thing I do. It's like I go and I craft on that character for a while. I sit there and I sell. And then I check my next character and I recraft what needs to be crafted. What the hell do I need to craft? I already lost track of what I said. Treads, cloak, and tunic. Okay. But cloak is really good gold right now. For me, anyway. Treads. And tunic. Somebody was complaining, and I understand why I'm not posting something like this that I cancel scan a lot at 12 hours. It's laziness, to be honest. Things right now are like the deposit fee is so low, like 1 gold compared to 30 silver. Like, do I need to save 1 gold on every time I post? Yeah, it would add up. I agree. But then I end up posting, because I'm not using like TSM stuff like I would be back in Shadowlands. Then what I end up doing is messing up, and there will be something I do want posted for 48 hours, and I end up posting it for 12. So, for the most part, unless I go to post something and I notice that the deposit is relatively high, like something like this, I will then go ahead and notice, hopefully, and post it for 12. So, yeah. Ooh, we haven't looked at my... Oh, I wonder if I can shuffle. What class... Which one of mine can actually shuffle? Because each one of these give 2 rousings, if I remember right. Oh, I'd have to do the math. It's not this character. It's my priest, I think. I wonder if the shuffle's viable right now. And that's something I haven't been checking on either. Like, the shuffle video I made with, like, the 10 or 12 shuffles. I still look at those. Especially if I have nothing else to make or do. I take a look at all my shuffles and see if one of them is, like, actually worth doing. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. They're not all, you know, just like crafting things for profit in general right now. Sometimes you can't. And then sometimes you can't.
Has much to offer.
So for instance, I can do... Let's see, this character has... Where is it? Learn to guarantee rousing element from certain types of Weldercloth. Yes, it's this character. So I believe I can unravel, like Frostbitten. Now it's going to be times 5, which will be, you know, 50 gold. I actually wonder if the add-on tells me. I don't think it does. Let's check. This would be really cool if it did. Oh, I can't click on it. Yeah, there's nothing that pops up. So I know it's not going to tell me that. That's unfortunate. So I have to do the math myself. So it's basically like 50 gold, and I should get 2 frost back, I think, per unravel, which of course is basically 50 gold. So it looks like I can unravel this and get basically the same exact amount of gold. If you want, we can test. I don't know, we'll do 10. 101 gold.
Go in wisdom.
Pretty sure that's how it works. I don't know, it's been a while since I've done it, to be honest. I haven't done this one in a bit. But for the special unraveling, this one, it doesn't show me anything, unfortunately. It should be 2, or no, actually give me 3, 3. Does it always give 3, or does it give 1, 2, 3? Pretty sure it gives 1, 2, 3. Give me 3 and 3. Like that's profit. Even at those prices, that's profit. Do we get more? Do we try it? Let's try a small batch. This will only spend like 1,000 gold.
Thank you for sharing.
This is a fun one because you can do it at the auction house. I don't have to go anywhere. So I spent like 100 gold. Let's just unravel. That is not what I meant to... Yes, it is. That is what I meant to do. Ah, 2. 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, I think what I ended up doing is multiplying it by like 1.75. Is I think the numbers... I have them written down somewhere. But I ended up with 37 rousings. 37 rousings. Wait. Oh yeah, I spent 1,000 gold, right? Not 100. I was like, wait, that's insane. No, I spent 1,000 gold, and then yeah, so that's a loss right now. I thought it was.
My wares were made with knowledge.
Oof. I mean, that's 810. And then another one. Yeah, so it's basic. Yeah, kind of what I thought. It's almost exact on the gold. I mean, granted, I guess you have a couple tier 3s that sell back too for a little bit, but regardless, it's not making gold right now. You can do the same thing with the singed cloth, but usually the singed is more expensive and the rousing fire is less expensive, so usually the singed is never worth it. But you can do it with decayed, and that one can be worthwhile. And that one actually might be worth. Decayed into rousing? Calculator time. Maybe, if I can hit the right button. God damn it. Oh, it's not letting me click into my box down here for like Windows. Like I can't I can't click in there. It's just alright, well, guess I use it on my phone. Thought it would be nice if I showed, but that's okay. We'll do it the hard way. Cause fuck me, that's why.
Do you seek knowledge?
Alright. So let's see. Decayed, or is there a lot at this price? There sure is. 19 times 1 point... Well, actually, let's just take 19... You know, 19 times 2, that's easy, because that's 38. So, 38, and rousings are 47. This is really worth doing right now, guys. Holy jeez. Let's buy 19,000 gold worth, just to show you guys.
We have been scattered.
Oh, I can't bring up a damn notepad! Fuck! There. I'll bring up a notepad. So let's say we just spent 19,000 gold, just so we have some numbers. This one should be fun, because this looks very profitable right now. And we go ham. We're getting the tier 3s back, and we're getting rousings. What did we spend? 19,000? Okay. Spent like nothing. We spent nothing. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's current crafting costs. Oh, man, I wish it could actually tell me. Simulate the gold. I hate that something like unraveling like shows resourcefulness, but resourcefulness doesn't actually matter. It's annoying. Anyway, you can see each one of these that we do. 2 and 3, 2 and 3. You know, and then you get like, you know, 1s and stuff here and there as well. I think I did the numbers like 1.75, but it's probably close. If you want to be safe, it's probably closer to just 2. Meaning, you take the cost of this, right? The cost of 5. Take that, which I guess right now is about 99 gold, if this is correct. You multiply that by 2. And actually, is that right? Oh no, I multiplied by 2, didn't I?
Our flight has much to
Oh,
offer.
I think I messed up, guys. Oh, I'm dumb, aren't I? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Never mind. We lost gold. You don't need 2 of these. You need 5 of these. That's 95 gold. You take 95, right? And then you have to compare that to rousing, which you're then going to multiply by like 2. So it is not really worth right now.
Go in wisdom.
It might be very slight profit, but it's not what I thought. So, fuck. What are you going to do? I messed up. It happens. I don't know why I multiplied by 2 thinking that there was huge profit there when I needed to take into account 5 of these. I was taking into account 2 of these, not 5 of these is what I did. My mistake. And I was like, whoa, 2? Are you kidding? Like, that's oodles of gold. Oodles of free gold. But no. It might still be gold, but it's not a lot. Whatever. It's a whopping 19k. Kind of takes a while too. Wish I wasn't dumb and I would have thought about that for more than 5 seconds before doing it. Okay. I mean, this kind of stuff adds, but this is what we got. That's what I ended up getting. Now,
Do you seek knowledge?
how much is this? 46, 47 gold. Rip. Let's say it's 47 gold, 47.65. What about Awaken TK 49? Okay, so obviously
Thank you for sharing.
we want to turn these bitches into Awakened. Currently. Let's do that. Okay. Now let's see how much gold.
My
We spent
wares were
19,000.
made with knowledge.
Well, look at that. We're going to make gold. So doing it this way, that's 19,100 gold. Ta-da! We made 100 gold profit. Awesome, guys. Then there's another 189. Then there's another 500. And another 163. So there's like 1,000 gold on that. Which means if you minus the auction house cut, we ain't making shit. It's pretty much exact. Because that essentially made spending 19, making 20, and then you're also going to take that 20,000, right? And you're going to take the auction house cut, which is 5%, which is 1,000 gold, which puts us back to 19,000, which means we pulled even. So there's that. What are you going to do? What you're going to do is not be dumb like me. That's what you're going to do. Alright.
We have been scattered. We will not repeat our history. Come see me again.
So, whoops. That didn't work. Yeah, these are super worth crafting right now. So this is, in order for me to reach my breakpoint, I have to use 2 and 1. But right now, everything's profit. But I can only make 5 of these, which this doesn't seem to be rising as fast as it should, in my opinion. But that's kind of why this is becoming like a weekly thing, to where this character is barely spec'd into it, but I'm spec'd enough into it to proc tier 3, basically. So I will be specking into it deeper. Right? First, I want more inspiration. Granted, these are only going to give, only the small points are going to give like actual inspiration towards percentage-wise. So it's probably not even worth. Because I can already inspire. I'm only going to gain like another % or 2 via inspiration. I'm probably better off going something like this has 10 multi-craft. Like this 10 multi-craft next week would probably do me more good than picking up a small amount of inspiration. Either way, it's very profitable right now. That's why I have a couple characters set up for it, because they just print gold on Tuesdays. Alright, back into what we were looking at. Vibrant. Still making gold as long as it all sells. Looks like even Infurious is making gold right now, considering... So it's showing negative gold for making it, but saying profit in general. It's probably assuming high multi-craft and... multi-craft and resourcefulness basically making the profit of the item. Which, by the way, we're going to get into a point with that soon in the game, to where people are going to have things min-maxed to the point that actually crafting them does not make them gold. They're going to get all their gold from resourcefulness and multi-crafting, and that's where their like gold is coming from, which is not casual friendly. Looks like most everything else is trash. I would make these, but these look bad. I don't know. Maybe they're not. I've never made them before, but on average 10 gold profit? I don't know. Can make a small amount of them or something. Don't want to look at the gear. I mean, I haven't tried to make this one. Just make it in post. I mean, it's only like 2k profit, but we're going to get to the point here soon where a lot of these added up and just make them and have like one posted at a time is where a lot of your gold's going to come from. Little small cells like that. But yeah, there's not a lot this character can make and do right now. Moving on. So kind of the thing I was talking about, like I noticed my engineer has mail, which means my zap throttle sold, which means he got like 7-8k profit, and now I just hop on and I make it again and I post it again, go on with my day. People freaking out about like how many crafters and stuff I have. Half of them just do this. Half of them I go, oh, it has mail. Mail means my item sold. Let me take 5 minutes, pop on, loot my cell. I think this is all this character does, sadly, is I make zap throttles. I got 10.8k back, and it costs like 4.7 to craft, you know? Just small amounts of gold.
Do you seek knowledge?
We need greased. Times 3. Shock springs. Times 2. Reinforced. Times 1, I think. Yep. And Arclight. Arclight's one that I would like to spec into to see if making Arclight capacitors is like viable for making gold. Because tier 3s sell pretty good. Those are pretty good price. Like, what does it even cost to make one? Oh shit. What is tier 2? I mean, if you can make it's 350 skill though. You might be able to spec into it enough to make Arclight capacitors worthwhile crafting. I don't know what spec you would go to focus on these, but this is one I've thought about. Because if you notice what, like, tier 2 is only minus, like, 400 gold. That's not too bad. I doubt you can get enough skill to make it straight up. But I haven't looked. But there may be good ways of getting multi-craft. Not just that, I I don't even have an enchant on this stupid tool. You're probably going to have to inspire proc it, so you're probably going to need inspire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what spec points you would go. Because what, it's just a reagent, right? Crafting reagent? +1 inspiration for these crafts. Creation and combat equipment. That's not it. Into the creation of profession equipment, cogwheels, and optional reagents. That's not an optional reagent, right? It's just a reagent. Equipment and enhancements. Resourcefulness for reagents. Resourcefulness saving additional. General skill, so like this would be needed. Gives you some engineering on all, resourcefulness, multi-craft on all. Very much you would want that. You probably want this for like everything, to be honest. I probably need this. Actually, am I dumb? Why haven't I gotten that? Shit. I messed up. These points shouldn't be here. See, this is again where I effed up. And what I was trying to craft, these 8 points are a screw up. I never even realized this went for all crafts. I didn't think a second tier would work for everything. I didn't even look. These 8 need to be over here. I need to get this specialization. Really bad. Like, really, really bad. Shit. Well, I can't do anything about it this week. I can start working on it next week. And push. Because not just do I have to get 15 points to get into here, but then I gotta start maxing it. The reason I was going that direction was I want the ability, which I'm probably just too far behind now. I want to be able to make scopes at profit. I want to be able to make them tier 3. Like if I can make this and proc it tier 3, potentially have a chance to profit, as long as you have like enough multi-craft, enough resourcefulness, so on and so forth. My hope, or this one even, my hope was to get to the point of being able to make the scopes for profit, but I've already screwed up my spec. Not just that, this spec was already screwed up as well, because I decided before I ever did that I wanted to make the zap throttle. So here's basically 20 points that could be elsewhere. Here's another 8 that could be elsewhere. These 8 and that 20, both of those could be over here. 10, you know, I'd be decent amount into here. Yeah, that's where I messed up. If I wanted to go that route, which means I'm forever behind on this character. If I wanted to do that, I'm probably better off making something new. Like taking another character and working on it. But anyway, I think we bought everything we needed. Let's just make my zap throttle and move on. But I do like having a character that can make this, though. Like 6.7k profit it shows. For something I basically sell 1 to 2 of every day.
Has much to offer.
It adds up. 1 to 2 sales of those every day. It's almost where like all the gold has come on this character. Just making zap throttles. How many zap throttles have I sold? I don't even know if this is lifetime, but it shows 22 sold. I don't know if that's like lifetime or not. But I've sold them anywhere from 8.5 to 25k. Like, I don't know. Generating profit. Anyway,
Thank you for sharing.
moving on. All you guys have holiday plans? Anything big going on? Anything out of the ordinary? Gosh, do you even celebrate the holiday? I mean, not everybody celebrates Christmas or whatnot, or anything else at this time.
We will not repeat our history.
I guess for me, we will be, looks like I need to recraft a lot of my combatant gear. Looks like I'm going to have to do that after I pull this stuff down. Not traveling due to weather. Ooh, where are you at? There's some nasty weather in the Midwest.
Come
Yep,
see me
that's
again.
what I thought. I have friends who just went out to the Midwest for the holidays. Kind of wondering how they're doing. Salamander and Fire
My wares
Infused.
were made with knowledge.
Yeah, my friends are outside of Kansas City. I think we have enough stuff.
Go in wisdom.
Yeah, let's just gather our crap and go remake. Fortunately, because of TSM, there's the only good way for me to do this is I scroll over it and I see under the TSM accounting, like if I have one up for sale, like I don't have one of these up for sale or in my bags, I make it. I go to the next one. It says there's one on the auction house of this for me. I don't make it. This shows another character of mine has one, so I'll make it. Not the best way of doing this, but one in my bags for the hands, and it's not, okay, it's not extra gear or anything. One on the auction house. Need to make that one for a whopping 32 gold profit. Amazing. Probably shouldn't have made it. Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna go over and do. So first of all, we celebrate Christmas, but the way that we do it is like we do family stuff on Christmas Eve. So my wife's family, we're gonna go over there this early afternoon, this morning, basically, and we'll do our family gifts and whatnot, you know, between relatives. And then from there, Christmas Eve has always been like the actual nighttime, I guess, is always been what we do with my family. So we'll go from her family's over to my family, and then we'll do family gifts over there, um, gifts between each other, and then we'll come home, and
We will
then,
not
of course,
repeat our
tonight Santa will
history.
come for my daughter. And then tomorrow morning is all about our family, and it's about Santa tomorrow. And yeah, that's how we do it. I'm always interested in how other people do stuff like that. And then of course we have little traditions, which I'm sure some of you do. I wouldn't mind hearing about. Like my family, we've always given Christmas pajamas. That is something that, like, growing up, I would always get pajamas for like Christmas Eve. So that Christmas Eve night, when it's all family, my mom would always buy me new pajamas, and those pajamas you gotta wear when you go to bed. That's something that we've always done. And you would always wear your Christmas pajamas that night, and obviously be wearing them when you wake up when Santa comes. Having our house lights are flickering. We have a windstorm coming through. Damn, I was hoping I'd spark one of you guys for comment on that. Okay, do I have anything else I need to do? Don't think so. Check some prices again. Here's one that annoys the hell out of me. I went out and I farmed this to get this stupid Fierce Armor kit from the Maruk, whatever, like the hunt. I got it to finally drop for me, and I was like, cool, I might be able to make these for profit. Lo and behold, I can't. You know, even though I can Inspire Procom T3, I have a 31% Inspire. Someone, you know, even almost 10% multi-craft, they're still not profitable. You know, because you lose too much gold if you make a T2. It's like you almost have to be able to make them outright, but I'm pretty sure the recipe difficulty is too high to be able to do that. So I don't know how people are making gold off of these, unless they just have an absurd amount of multi-craft somehow. I mean, I could go... I don't need this much inspiration proc, I guess. Like, if I had a multi-craft tool. Multi-craft resourcefulness tool? I don't know, it would tell me, actually, because I have a multi-craft resourcefulness tool right here. So if I went top profit, it doesn't tell me to switch my tool. It says my top gold making gear is currently equipped. So, like, this actually isn't even better. I thought it might be. So I don't know how people are making gold on this. Costs you damn near 10,000 gold to make. People are selling T2s at like 3,300. Why? It costs you 10 fucking thousand gold to make the item. Anyway, I was hoping this was going to be a viable option to create some gold, but it's not. I don't think there's much of anything I can do other than I need to technically I need to finish out the inspiration wheel. Just to have a little bit more inspiration, because that would help me on my things and stuff too. And then the only other thing I could do is like sink it into like resourcefulness, and hoping that resourcefulness starts to save me some gold. Which for some of these crafts isn't a terrible idea, because like stone crafts are like 1,000 gold a pop. You know, 10 awakened earths, so like awakened earths is expensive. Having a bunch of resourcefulness isn't necessarily a bad thing on this craft. But that's almost like what I would have to do to start seeing profits, I think. I mean, I could potentially make... Where'd it go? Stone crest myself. But even making stone crest myself right now is a loss of gold. Cost me 2,100 to make this damn thing. You know, so maybe kind of like the fangs, if there was a point where this was profitable to craft, this being profitable to craft myself might inherently make this profitable to craft, if I can come up with my own resources. But right now they're both negative. The fangs are still positive, so are the scales, which is why I do it. I make my own scales, flip the T3 to the auction house, flip the T2 into crafting my own fangs, and then I craft fangs for profit 2 on top of it. That's where all of that profit comes from. But man, other than that, there ain't much that's profitable. Like, reinforced armor kits are only profitable for me because of like I can switch tools to the multi-craft tool. That would make these profitable. Boom, switch, and it becomes fairly profitable. But that's only because I have like high multi-craft. High multi-craft, high resourcefulness. Like, that's what's making it profitable, not crafting them themselves. Like, 795 gold, but it takes 889 to make. The only reason it's profitable to me is because of multi-craft resourcefulness. That makes a big difference. So, as you saw there, let's go back. I want to show that off again. Go back to armor kits. Time profit, equip. If I go to fangs, it's negative gold for me. Why is it negative gold? Because, like, your tools and stuff matter. This is a multi-craft resourcefulness tool, and it's saying, yo, that's your negative gold. If you switch to inspiration tool, you can net profit. Which, again, inspiration, I go from a whopping 18% inspiration up to 29% because of that. And then it's profitable, because I basically have to proc T3s. One thing I could get, and I should get, especially for this character. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. I should have enough artisan's metal. Let's go see what it costs. I make these too often. I use leatherworking too much for making gold. How I haven't done this already is just my fault. I need to buy my tier 3.
Looking to buy?
Buy my weapon. Buy my trade tool for this. Really bad. The knife. Boom. First of all, I'm absolutely going to customize this stat. God, it's hard. I almost need to buy 2 of them, but I can only buy 1 of them right now. And I'm making most of my gold via inspiration. So we're going to buy an inspiration tool, I think. And we're going to buy an inspiration tool. So I need the inspiration missive. And I need this shit.
Farewell.
It's not like it's a whopping like 8k to like buy the materials and then like, you know, put a decent crafting on it. So let's get
knowledge.
Oh, I can probably get rid of this. I don't need this one anymore. So we need, I'm way too lazy, so I'm gonna buy it all from here. I know I could get this cheaper off the vendor. I'm pretty sure. Don't care. It's 15 of them. I'll be okay. Help if I can spell. Okay, that's great. Do I want to use tier 3? No, because there's fucking 40 of them. Let's do that. And Cerebite. Should have all that. Oh, missive. I want inspiration. How much is tier 3? 500 gold? That is cheap. I'll take it. That is cheap for just getting that extra 10 skill for somebody to maybe proc the next level for me. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
That's worth 500 gold to me. Grab all this scrap. And let's go put this baby up for...
My goods are crafted with great care.
I want profession equipment. Leatherworking. I need my knife. Customize the stat. And, I don't know, 3k commission, right? That's not being cheap. I don't think. 3k commission. Public. Yes. Okay. Yep, we're good. Make that public order. Hopefully
I
somebody
hope
picks
to
that
see
up.
you again soon.
That'll be worth putting the nice enchant on too. I'll buy the expensive one for it. For as much inspiration as possible. I love this, right? This is a guild order, but like, here, make my best in slot. My best in slot PvP pants, like, item. Like, make my best in slot. Here's 600 gold, thanks. What are your thoughts on talks about armor patches? I have not spec'd into that, so unfortunately I don't know. What does it require to make? This one. Holy shit. Wow. This shows massive profit for me right straight away, my current build. Decaying grass 20? Do these actually sell? Holy crap. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, number 2 is only like an 800 gold loss with that much profit on T3. I can make these easily with my current setup. It's actually gold straight up. What do I need, 20 in here? Shit. You might just have led me onto something. That might be worth me going into. But is it as low as the fangs or worse? Do you sell them yourself? Right now it's showing really good profit for me to craft those. But one, I don't have them. Lol. Better? Wow. Then no, that's a great thing to sell. I mean, at least for me. That showed really good profit margins on there. If the T3s sell, it looks like you can make a fat amount of gold making those as long as they sell. That's showing like if I'd made a bunch of these, on average my profit like for making a lot would be about 3,500 per that I crafted. Eventually, with enough inspiration and everything. Yeah, dude, that's looking juicy. That looks juicy. Looks like I'm not going to be finishing off my inspiration wheel. I will. Maybe you shouldn't have told me. I will be rushing that. That's only 20 points, right? So where can we get 20 points from? You got 9 from your weekly stuff. Okay, I need 11. There's that. I need 10. 10, and then you have like 5 or 6 here. That means I really need to go out and get my leatherworking stuff here. I need to get those extra 2 before the week ends. That would make me only need 18, then 9, then 8. I'd basically be required to get a couple more shards of knowledge, which unfortunately is one of the only things I don't understand of, like, how to get these reliably. Like, how do you actually get dragon shards of knowledge? Can I just go around and can I only get certain minis in a week? I don't actually know. That recipe is from... Well, you have to be spec'd into it enough. Basically, if you're spec'd into doing the... what we were doing, the fangs, it looks like this will pretty much be the same. And it's the 20 points into Decaying Grasp. So you can just get it from dirt. I have to just fly around and get dirt. One, I can never find dirt. And two, that sounds terrible. But, however, starting on Tuesday, I will literally be like 3 points short of hitting this. That would be worthwhile for me to head out. And, oh wait, no, that one's crap. I need to get rid of it. That would be me worthwhile going out there and getting that, because that is big profit. So, they're very rare. Well, I would only need like 3. I know I need a shovel. I know. I was actually looking to see if I had a shovel. I don't have one. But I can pick this up easily. I'm not worried about that. Luckily, I know what I need for that. I haven't tried to do that on this character. I've done it on other characters. This character does not have any shovels.
My wares were made with knowledge.
What was I doing? Let's post. I have mail.
We have been scattered so long.
It's probably not my weapon. I really want the weapon. Or not the weapon, the tool. Oh, it is my tool. Hell yeah! Thanks for my tool, buddy. Oh, what does that tool change me to? Let's check it out. Now I got my good tool as well, which means I can buy my good enchant. That's 80... Aw, he literally could only make it at tier 2. What a scrub. That's not going to net me that much more. If I recraft something and have an enchant on it, does it keep the enchant? Does anybody have an answer to that? That's a good question. If I were to have this, if I enchanted this and put an enchant on it, and had it recrafted, would it keep the enchant? Yes, it will. Just did it yesterday. Alright, thanks Big Sticky for gluing that together for me. Appreciate it. Cool, then that's definitely worth me buying my enchant.
Our flight has much to offer. Go in wisdom.
Very much worth 28k then. I'll make more than that back in one sitting, so not an issue there. And then plus 32 is the normal one. And this one is 30. Oh yeah, fat. I need it recrafted though. I go from 29% up to 30. But really I wasn't at 29, I was at 28.5, so I gained 1.5%. And I can gain more if I get higher than frickin' tier 2 quality. Because I don't need this one anymore. This one's garbage now too. I need to make another one for multi-craft and resourcefulness. Is the other tool I'm going to have to create once I get, next week, once I get more artisan's metal. That's what I'm going to have to go for. Very glad
We will
those keep
not
enchants,
repeat
though.
our
That's
history.
absolutely sick. I was like, God, I knew I sold her Crimson piece for 15k. Take it. forever to sell these damn kits. I still have 94 to sell. Oh my god. I'm gonna have these kits forever. I don't think I'm canceling
Come see
any of
me
those,
again.
actually.
My wares were made with knowledge.
Let's see if we can't sneak these out of here. And then
Go in wisdom.
I might need to come and take a look at what I need in Furious Hide for sure.
Our flight has much to offer.
Furious Hides. Kind of expensive. Can I make it Furious Hide? Seems like those might be worth making right now. I can make Furious Scales. Yes, I can. I can make Hide. Just don't have it starred. Shit, never mind. They're not worth making. Well, in that case, I'll buy them. They feel expensive though, so I'm
Come see
only
me
gonna buy like
again.
12 for now. Think I need to recraft a couple things to repost real quick. What was I doing? I was recrafting. I don't know what has sold. I keep selling this Crimson Combatant gear to everybody. Like, check your server, man. There's some good margins. You should probably keep on top of it and just keep it all posted. Probably shouldn't have made that. That was like no gold profit. But it looks like we've sold a few pieces since. Yeah, we sold a few pieces, so we're gonna stock those. I mean, since the last time I looked, I've sold like 32k worth. That was just like 45 minutes ago.
Do you seek knowledge?
Alright guys, however, it is about that time where I need to head out and we're gonna go do some family festivities for Christmas Eve and Christmas. So I am going to be heading out. I want to thank everybody for stopping by stream. It's been good. It was a good day. Good day. We learned some stuff. We looked at some new things. Gold making is still going well. Everything I'm working on is still going well. I'm now going to be chasing these toxified armor patches because I didn't realize those were insane. I'll be getting that first thing this next week. I shouldn't have an issue. I will be trying to craft those first thing on Tuesday. And yeah, other than that, happy gold making. Hopefully you guys can find something to make. There's not a lot of options. My easy options right now are Zap Throttle and Azure Weave and Chrono Weave. Those I only make once a week. Zap Throttle I make like every day, multiple times. I'm staying on top of combatant gear. I do fangs and stuff when it's really good for me. But honestly, other than getting a couple characters ready to make tier 3 gems straight up and pumping gold into stuff like that, I haven't made a lot of gold this week because I've done a lot of leveling. I've done leveling, and I'm hopefully finally going to start playing the game again. I've kind of made the gold I need. Like, how much gold do you really need, right? Like, I have like 12 million right now. Do I need more? Like, I don't know. Like, I have like 8 or 9 tokens lying around too. Like, how much gold do I really need? So at some point I actually want to go play the game. I do enjoy making gold though, and I like sharing and talking about it. But in general, I don't need to if I don't want to. So anyway, with that, enough talking from me. Thank you guys all for showing up. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your family and friends. I hope Santa's good to you. You probably deserve it. I don't know, though. Maybe not. And be looking forward to more videos from me. Hopefully, if I can find anything useful that's actually useful, I really try to only make videos that are useful to people. I will be sure to post and send it out there. We are well on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We should be relatively close. Last time I checked, we were at like 930 or something. We're getting close to that first milestone. So, anyway, thank you all. Thank you for showing up. Have a good holidays, and I will see you guys all next time.